Good evening, my darling batlings. Glad to be here once again. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit fucky. Long story short, I've been puking a lot today because of the new weight loss medicine I'm on, and that's not been fun. But, yeah, tonight we're going to be doing a little bit more of like a chill, continuation of Sonic Adventure Dreamcast version. I'm joined tonight by JKR. Say hello to the audience, JKR.
Mattel is Retro Studios, brothers. B-17 Bomber.
B-17 Bomber.
That's your hello.
I feel like that's as good an intro as any, so let's head over to the gaming screen. So I have an interesting story to tell about class today. Well, I'll tell it once more people show up here.
Yeah. Oh, out of curiosity, just for the sake of that project, how many?
As many as you can find.
Gotcha. I want to make sure there was a limit or
like
anything like
upper
that.
limit of 100.
Gotcha. Got my work cut out for me.
That's the maximum you're allowed to do, not the minimum.
I know. I just messed with you. I'm just saying. It's like I got a lot of bits to find now. We'll start with 6, but I'll increasingly get it up there. Let's see.
Don't know why we're getting so much like interference buzzing sounds tonight on the retro tank.
Yeah.
That doesn't usually happen.
That's weird. Mission City. Such a peaceful city.
That's not Mission City, that's Station Square, you fake fan.
Fuck you. But still, what
Fuck
could
me yourself,
possibly go
coward.
wrong? That's not what I meant.
Oh, we're starting early tonight.
But what could possibly go wrong?
Sir, I believe it is pronounced, what could possibly go wrong?
Select a file.
Knock, it's Knuckles.
I believe this is the file we were on.
Select a character.
Let's see. No, this isn't the right file. Because on the correct file, we had already done Big the Cat story.
Options. Select a...
Is it here?
Select a file. Options.
Let's find out, because these files aren't labeled.
Select a character.
Nope, this is still the wrong file. I'll find it eventually.
Options. You can custom...
A few hours later.
6.5 hours later.
Select a...
Select a
Select a
memory.
file.
There we go, that's the right one.
Options. Select a character.
Okay, we already finished Big the Cat. We finished Sonic and Tails. We've got Knuckles, Amy, and Gamma left to do. We're doing Gamma first, because Gamma's a good boy.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest Gamma anyway.
Any minute now.
Excellent.
Imagine you're brought online and the first thing you see is low poly Eggman.
Yeah, right. We got a Metal Sonic in one tank and
I'm brilliant creator, Dr. Robotnik.
That's supposed to be a like prototype Metal Sonic from Sonic 2, I believe.
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember what it was called because I know it's. A thing.
It's gone by a couple names, but its most recent canon name is Robosonic.
Okay.
Or Mechasonic Mark 1.
That's right. You will now obey only me.
He's so theatrical.
Yeah, right.
As expected from Dr. Ivo Pingasnick.
The shooting range is through this door. No! Your big brother, E10.
Oh, hey, Kier.
Hey, Kier.
They're practicing. Enter, Gamma.
Is it fair to say that Beta is a beta male?
But you'll do fine.
Whoa.
You're a cold boy? You want to join in on the chat so we can warm you up, you know, with warm feelings and happiness? Because as they say, happiness is always so much more enjoyable when it's based on the misery of millions.
Destroy the sun.
Cooking a bit?
Fuck you, man.
Okay.
Targets, and you'll get extra time.
After you're done cooking, you'll let me know? Okay.
One of these days, I'll get a more, like, a more expressive, model, and, like, whenever you start saying, like, weird shit, I just turn in your direction and be like, excuse you?
Spicy as fuck omelet? Nice.
Nice. Yeah, make sure you add a little spicy, Jimmy Juicy.
Spicy Jimmy Juice. Excuse me while I fumble about with one leg asleep.
Ouch. Well, you know, I'd take one leg asleep rather than a wrist that won't stop hurting.
Combat system activated.
There we go. Gamma, where'd your voice filter go? By the way, I should mention I've been playing this with the new wireless Dreamcast gamepad that just came out from Retro Fighters. Really good controller. Definitely worth the $50.
Good job, Gamma. I didn't think you had what it takes. Okay then, Gamma. Here's your test. If you want to stay on board, you must be able to pass it. So pay attention to what I say.
So I've got something that's been happening to me recently. It took me forever to figure out what the reason for it was.
Fortress that needs a good crew.
Dashcat, hello. So, like, every time I've been writing a check for, like, various bills and services lately, I keep getting told that they always bounce. And I'm like, why are they always bouncing? I made sure to have money set aside to make sure that they're paid. Like,
Yeah.
turns out the reason they keep bouncing is because they're made of rubber.
I knew this was leading up to a joke.
That was like a joke, only shit. You're leaving, but no, don't leave, Dashcat. I have such a fun thing to tell you guys now that people are actually here.
Get your ass back here, Dashcat.
So I'm taking a editing class in community college. And for our current assignment, we have to find 3 to 5 YouTube videos that demonstrate like editing techniques
on board the egg carrier.
and like point out what editing techniques are used and how the editing impacts the video. And we have to provide links to them so we can watch them in class. Now, given that this is a college course and that my professor just use your own YouTube videos, see, I would, but I feel like that's a little bit masturbatory. What I was going to do is, given that this is a college course with adults taking this class, and my professor has dropped a few F-bombs casually in class already, I was thinking I could subject this class of college students to YouTube poops. Imagine you come into class, and one of the things you have to watch is Fesh Pints of Blair. Rot. No you.
Aha! Testing.
Uno reverse.
You, the elite egg carrier crew, are here today to hear a very special announcement.
I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch-ass motherfucker.
Unique.
I can't really do my
Vital.
Eggman voice today. My throat's too shot.
I command you to locate this frog immediately. You hear me? I don't care what it takes to get it. Just bring it to me.
Speaking of Shadow being a bitch-ass motherfucker, can you believe that we're getting an updated version of Sonic Generations that has a whole new campaign just for Shadow?
Huh.
Like, yeah, I love that they called it Sonic X Shadow Generations. They knew what they were doing. They've acknowledged shipping discourse before. They've acknowledged Sonic X Shadow shipping discourse before. Remember, canonically, according to the Twitter takeovers, Shadow highly disapproves of being shipped with Sonic. Or, hear me out, that could just be his tsundere side. I recently did a full playthrough of this for a upcoming video, and I say upcoming video, it's one that I've been working on and off on for like a year now. And like it keeps on catching me off guard. It's kind of funny in Big Story when you know, when he gets Froggy in this stage, and he's like, "Hooray, Froggy!" And then Gamma just comes by and yoinks him. Straight out of his hands. Now, hear me out. Given that Big in this game is voiced by John St. John, what do you say we find out if he's on Cameo and see if we can get him to do Duke Nukem lines as Big the Cat, or Big the Cat lines as Duke Nukem?
Remind me after the stream, and I'll definitely look into that.
Like, I don't think he'll do Big the Cat lines in the Big... I don't think he'll do lines in the Big the Cat voice, because he's not a fan of his performance as Big the Cat. But,
yeah.
Like, Duke Nukem saying, like, something like, Froggy, where are you? Oh, where can my pollywog pal be?
Must determine location. Accessing data.
I like this this cutscene's always struck me as funny ever since I was a kid. Like, the most deadpan way of saying, like, ah, shit.
No data found.
Yeah, right.
Location unknown. This presents
a problem.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because when I was doing when I gave you the audition to voice this character myself, it was like I presented the voice to be like, you know, a Cyberman, because I never bothered to hear the original voice. And honestly, this voice sounds a little bit better than what I was giving.
Well, the inflection you were going with sounded more like one of the Daleks.
The funny thing is, I was going for like a first generation of Cybermen, so it's like they did talk like that back in like the 60s. For their first appearance ever.
I'm not too familiar with the Cybermen because out of all the Doctor Who episodes I've seen, none of them have featured the Cybermen.
Yeah, fair.
And by all the Doctor Who episodes I've seen, I mean just the ones from the 11th Doctor era that would be rerun all the time on BBC America during that period where Matt Smith was still the Doctor.
No.
And don't forget that one Tom Baker one that we watched. That was like
the
a
one
live
Tom
rip.
Baker one, but that didn't have either the Daleks or the Cybermen in it.
That is true.
I'm sorry.
God, the Chow looks so cursed in Adventure 1. Just wait until you see them in the Chow Garden.
Did you notice the presence guarding these children? He's a very loving and gentle creature. These little creatures are too vulnerable without its protection. This protection allows them to continue seeing in peace. Even I was surprised the first time I saw him.
So given the
Now my father...
given the new lore that was oh yeah, this game has a Chow Garden. My brother in Christ, this is the game that introduced the Chow Garden.
My true hope someday...
Given the new lore that's been introduced through Sonic Frontiers, what do you think about the fact that these are all technically descendants of the ancients? Like the Chow are the descendants of those water creatures that we keep seeing flashbacks to.
And then the Fire Nation attacked.
This frog's
Nah.
the one we want.
That would be more interesting than the
My
end.
frog is the right one.
Only time we hear the other E100 robots talk.
Ah, dummies, 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 dummies!
I mean, granted, Eggman's right to be mad here. He was like, get the frog that has a tail. And only one of them got the frog that has a tail.
Right.
They didn't even get the frog that's green. You made spicy popcorn and said, how do you make spicy popcorn? I'm afraid.
I'm proud of you, Gamma.
It makes Chaos being a mutated Chow make more sense. Yeah, it does. Makes sense why he would turn into a water monster of all things.
All you worthless hunks of junk, be gone!
Now,
Let
A new assignment.
hear me out about Chaos, okay?
Okay.
Chaos is technically genderless, even though everyone refers to him with male pronouns.
Once there,
Canonically, he has no gender identity.
just get me that.
So, he could just as easily be considered a slime girl.
I was thinking you were gonna go along the line saying he was gender fluid.
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
That was like a joke. Like shit.
One.
You exist, but at what cost? However much of your day is taken up by a 9 to 5. Non-binary water dude, yeah. Chaos was gender fluid before it was popular. Yeah, I deserve that. Even though that probably wasn't directed at me due to the timing, it just worked perfectly. The Coco go all go by non-binary pronouns. That's correct.
Reuse and recycle. Why scrap perfectly good, mechanics?
It was your day off and you somehow took a nap between 6 and 7, blinked, and it was 8 again. Yeah, that happens to me on a day-to-day basis.
Yep.
Like, I talked to my psychiatrist about it once, because I was like, am I having blackouts or something? And she was like, no, you're just not getting good enough sleep. I was genuinely concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be why you're tired. Doing housework tires me out at the very least. Then again, everything tires me out. Because I am out of shape.
Same.
Well, I'm not out of shape, I'm just a very round shape.
See, I'm out of shape. I mean, the real me, you know.
Go away!
There is no shape.
I mean, I wouldn't say you're out of shape. I would say you're in a perfectly spherical shape.
Resistance is futile.
So Tikal has a non-binary boyfriend that can use water tentacles to pleasure her.
That's not what I expected that to go.
Data unavailable.
You don't even know? I bet you'd be mean to him, you bully!
Perfectly round, like an orange.
Why not help us out instead? Don't you know how bad I feel?
Be careful, I might just self-destruct.
Does not compute. Why try
But
to
if
say
you self-destruct,
useless to you? Does not compute.
then that would leave a mess that someone has to clean up, and that ain't gonna be me.
To give you feelings.
I mean, don't worry, I'll be back.
Okay, Kier says we can add him.
Minute, Birdie?
Okay. Well, let's just go to that chat we've had open for a while. So yeah.
Get going.
Huh?
All right, there we go.
Yeah,
Why are you letting us go?
How's it going, guys?
it's going. That's for sure.
It's glad to be. I'm just glad to be back with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glid to hear you sounding better.
Hurry.
I'm still coughing a lot, but I'm gonna mute myself when I'm having those little fits.
Okay.
So, you're not like those.
Yeah, you-
from Hell is back.
Amy, you could have literally walked out of that cell at any time like this situation even happened. It's like almost any scene in a cartoon where they draw them in a jail cell and the bars are always wider than the character model, but they don't just walk through the bars.
Hello. Yeah. You guys were talking about shapes. I'm a legit an egg shape.
So you are the Eggman,
Yes.
but do you have the master plan?
All my plans get foiled, but not by Sonic, but by being poor in the U.S. government.
Her head's too big, she wouldn't get out. Oh god, my brain just went the worst place possible.
Oh no. I gotta hear this.
Help me, Sonic, I'm stuck. The internet's ruined me.
I think it's ruined a lot of us.
Friendly reminder of an event that happened on September 11th a few years ago, where Texas Senator Ted Cruz on 9/11, instead of posting a thing about the commemoration of the September 11th attacks, retweeted step sibling porn on his official Twitter account. Knowing Amy should have done on purpose, yeah. If Sonic was around, yes. And Sonic would not go for it.
Yeah, you would not. Just giving that look like what?
You know, Ted Cruz gets a lot of
Here's
hate.
the jet booster.
It's not enough.
Press
We need
and
to do
hold
better.
the jump button and you'll
I agree.
By the way, I love that Gamma turns around to observe his new upgrade, but it's stuck to his back, so he can't even see it. So, like, he turns around and he's holding nothing.
It's kind of cute, actually.
I mean, a lot of his animations are kind of cute. He has a lot of personality for an emotionless robot.
Wait, he's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, and like Dashcat said earlier, Gamma's theme is one of the best.
Oh, 100%. There's no arguing that.
But, like, part of me wants to take, like, that image of him holding nothing and be like, look at this, it's all the fucks I give. Just make that into an exploitable meme format. Like, this is what we got for Mega Man's anniversary. Nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you were asking about the spicy popcorn, right?
Yes.
So you going?
Would I kiss Gamma or Omega? Gamma, yes. Omega, not without permission first.
Agree.
How can I serve you, Dr. Robot?
He's also the perfect fill-in for the "Is this a bird?" meme. You're right.
Oh God.
Oh my God, you're right. Is this a pigeon?
Oh my God.
I will comply.
I'm counting on you.
Oh my God. That broke me, but that must have broke me the other day.
Tags, mind break.
But if you ever want to do spicy popcorn,
Oh no!
all you gotta do is add in chili powder or any kind of spicy powder that's in any kind of pepper that's spicy. You just a powder for it, sprinkle it over.
Yeah. Or, you know, I could probably just dump some habanero oil all over it.
That's probably not even spicy enough for me.
I mean, I know a spicy powder you could put on it, but that wouldn't get you like a spicy taste. It's spicy in a different way.
Oh no.
Amy?
It's not Cajun spicy because it's not that spicy yet.
Hey, Mr.
Actually, I have a very high spice tolerance.
Wait, remember me?
Speaking of Cajun food, you want to hear about the worst thing I had recently in terms of food?
Cajun fries?
So when I was staying over at my mom's for a night, she
Amy!
had some some frozen General Tso's chicken, but it wasn't the brand we usually get. It was some brand that we'd never heard of, and it didn't have like the proper General Tso's sauce, so it's not General Tso's chicken. It was chili sauce.
We gotta split.
Yeah, boy.
Take Amy and go!
So no, but that is by definition not General Tso's chicken if it doesn't have the sauce for it. It's just
Right.
sesame fried chicken with chili sauce.
Again, for saving me as you.
Was it a chili sauce or chili oil?
Chili sauce.
Okay, I'm just curious.
And how are you?
It was in a packet, and you had to thaw it.
It's here.
Ew.
Why not leave Eggman and come with us?
You better
It was like
duck
it
sauce.
might have been chili oil because it was real watery.
I told you we'd be friends the next time we met.
Or it could be a
They were
really
calling-
watery sauce.
They were calling it a sauce, but it didn't have the thickness of a sauce.
Amy, come on.
I think if it was a chili oil, it wouldn't be able to freeze that well because you
Yeah.
know
Well,
oil.
it didn't freeze solid. It was like it turns into like
I don't.
it was like, it hardened a bit and got thicker when it was frozen, but when you thawed it, it was basically like water.
Robot friend.
Ew! How do you make watery chili oil? Oh, I was busted out to my Uncle Roger. Jeez.
That's disgusting.
Oh, Amy, you'll never meet Gamma ever again. Technically incorrect. Because she does
But that's
see his
kind of
bird again
incorrect.
at the end of the game, even though she doesn't acknowledge it as his bird.
Scanning for compatible life forms.
Dr. Robot look. Enemy. Master.
Okay, so I'm noticing a bit of a design flaw
Friend.
on Gamma here. If you're making a robotic servant, you should not make it be able to delete its master registry and willingly turn against you.
Yeah.
Like I am by no means a mad scientist. But I feel like that would be rule number 1. Make sure that it can't willingly turn against you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think he probably installed like some sort of highly advanced AI into it, and probably was just like didn't expect it to, being Eggman at all. He probably didn't expect it to become as sentient as it did.
Well, Eggman never sees Gamma again after that.
That is true.
So I have a theory about the Gamma and the 102 robots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bird that's inside Gamma basically changed his consciousness. Like he took over.
Well, yeah, that's canon because seeing Amy's bird, which is part of Gamma's bird's family, we find out, awakened some of his memories that were repressed by his programming.
Pardon me. Oh, okay.
So basically, what you're saying is that Gamma is a shell program.
Yeah, like this is like one of the only games for a while where it depicts Eggman's robots as being powered by animals, and it's the only one that demonstrates like the animals still being conscious inside of Eggman's robots.
Yeah.
So the birds and
Okay, I'll hydrate Lulu, even though the hydrate redeem seems to not be working properly.
It was working on my end. I saw it come up.
I didn't hear it.
I vaguely heard it on my end.
Yeah, I saw it pop up, but I didn't even know if I heard it or not.
I vaguely heard it. My hearing is like screwed up anyway.
That's honestly terrifying. Yeah, that's why Gamma's got the best story in Sonic Adventure. It's like got all sorts of topics that all the best stories about robots have. You know, it's fitting that you redeem digitally mastered during Gamma's story of all things.
Yeah. But yeah, the bird is a mech pilot.
Yeah, the bird's technically it's not piloting the robot. It's a power source for the robot.
Yeah, using biokinetic energy and everything.
Either that or they're just running on a tiny little treadmill.
I like the treadmill idea.
That's what I said. Biokinetic.
No, you're talking about. Oh, I thought you were talking about like harnessing their bioelectric energy.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Like,
no, that's not what I said. No, if I was talking about that, I would have said bioelectric, but I said biokinetic.
So it's canon that there's a tiny little treadmill inside each of these robots that these tiny animals are running on. Also, I love the detail that when you destroy any of the E100 series robots, they always drop a bird.
E103 Delta. Rescue.
You can't collect the bird, but it's one of the birds that you can find in other stages for the Chow Garden.
So what you're saying is the E-series robots give you the bird when they die.
Yes, even better. I pointed this out in like an ancient review I did of Sonic Adventure in my early reviewing career back before I became Arikado. That Gamma at one when he visits Amy in her jail cell says, "Give me the bird."
I actually remember that.
And in my old review, I cut to like live action of me. I was like, gladly, I flipped off the camera.
Yeah, I remember that.
Same.
Hooray, murder. Yeah. Yeah, hooray, we murdered. Keep in mind, he doesn't view it as murdering the robots. He views it as freeing the animals inside of them.
Yes.
You must rescue my brothers by nuking them.
So basically,
I mean,
he's a serial
given
killer.
the explosion that he has at the end of his own story, he's lucky that he didn't nuke his brother. Sega, please give up remakes. Okay, I have tempered
Which one?
hopes. I have tempered hopes for, that's Lulu. If it's Lulu, it's directed at me.
Yeah.
It's always directed at me whenever Lulu's involved.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not going to the next stage because I remembered I have to go back to the egg carrier to get Gamma's other upgrade, which you can entirely miss.
Departing soon.
Oh. That's a no good.
Well, it's an optional upgrade. All
I
it does is increase the blast radius of your shots, so you can take out more targets with one blast as opposed to having to lock on to all of them. It's only available after the egg carrier crashes.
Yeah, I got two good pieces of information that's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So my boy Sai confirmed that. Did you just fall through the?
No, I fell off. Well, the railing isn't solid. So I fell through that.
It looked like you fell through the floor. I'm like, wait.
No, I fell through the railing. Sonic
Okay,
Adventure
my eyes
Remakes
messed
is
up.
like easy money. Hear me out, and this is my take on it that I'm convinced of after Some Call Me Johnny's latest video. Since Sonic Team is clearly too busy doing other stuff, if they're gonna do like adventure-style games or adventure remakes, hand them off to Sega Hard Life. The studio that just made, they've made mobile games primarily, but they just made Sonic Dream Team, which is low-key one of, like, if it weren't on Apple Arcade, as an exclusive, it would low-key be one of the best 3D Sonic games we've had in years. Like, it's got better animation than the mainline games, for one.
Wow.
It's got, like, very adventure-style gameplay with some, like, modern improvements to the controls. It's got multiple playable characters with their own unique play styles.
I'm liking this information.
And keep in mind, this is only on Apple Arcade, so you have to have an Apple device to play it.
They went hard.
They went hard on it. Even has full voice acting. Cream the Rabbit has had her first bit of dialogue since Sonic Generations in 2011.
Nice.
And she's a key part of the story.
Yep.
Also, Eggman gets a super form.
Ooh,
It's called Nightmare Eggman.
I like. But the good
You
information.
would want them to do a spinoff first? I mean, that's kind of what Dream Team is. But like, first I would want Dream Team ported to consoles and PC, because
Yeah, I
having it
agree.
be an Apple Arcade exclusive is just
Train headed for Station Square.
like, I get that gave them better funding to make a better game, but it's really stupid that it's limited to mostly just like iPhones and iPads, unless you have a MacBook or a desktop Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
See,
not gonna.
when I think gaming, I think Apple.
I mean, Apple's trying to branch out into being a more serious platform for games. They started using their own proprietary graphics chip called, I believe it's called Titanium. It used to be called Metal, now it's called Titanium. That allows for like really advanced graphics without need for like, an RTX GPU or something like that. The problem is the OS is still, closed source. So no one wants to port their games to Apple. So that's why Apple Arcade exists, because it also runs natively on the Mac platform, because the Mac platform nowadays is basically just iOS on a PC. So Apple Arcade allows them to have, like, they're not AAA quality games, but they're still, like, bigger budget than what you would get from your typical mobile games.
Yeah. But yeah, the other piece of good news, Tails got me, he did a randomizer for Pokemon Coliseum.
Oh, nice.
Bruh, that hammer scared me. So I have Trapinch and Bagon, and oh my gosh, I've been getting nothing but fighting legendaries. Help.
Oh my god. Wait,
I am
fighting
somehow winning.
fighting legendaries. There's not even any fighting legendaries in Coliseum.
Yeah, I know what she meant, but because of the randomizer, one of the first gym leaders in the pre-gym has a Raikou.
I mean, in the pre-gym, that's kind of odd, but, like, the primary bosses that make up for, like, Coliseum doesn't have a traditional gym leader system. The Coliseums are mostly optional, despite the name. But, like, your primary bosses that you fight from this game's evil organization have the legendary beasts, you know,
Yeah.
Entei, Raikou,
Articuno,
and Suicune. Not Articuno, Suicune.
Suicune, there we go. But yeah, these are regular gym trainers and regular grunts. So that tells you how much of a hard time I'm having, doesn't it?
Yeah. Also, well, the thing about Coliseum is that it's a gallery of catchable Pokemon is very limited because you can only catch Shadow Pokemon.
Yeah, I have a Shadow Kyogre, dude.
E104 Epsilon.
Okay, so this randomizer is adding in Pokemon that are only accessible through the multiplayer mode. Interesting.
Yes. If you already know, I'm not trying to do a plug or anything, but on my server, I made an area called Random Key Adventures, so you can see stuff in there.
By the way, for the people in chat, I finally got a hold of Pal World, so look forward to potential streams of that.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, let me know, because I would love to play with you.
E105 Zeta. E101 Beta. Location unknown.
Like, my thoughts on Pal World so far are, you know, it's very clearly not a finished game because it's in early access.
Yeah.
But it's still better than any Pokemon game I played in the past 10 years. Like, it doesn't run like ass!
Do you want to know what my spoiler-free thoughts are?
And granted, I'm playing it on a decently powerful PC, but still, it doesn't run like ass!
So, my spoiler-free thoughts, right? Bang, bang, motherfucker.
Well, yeah. Obviously, you know, guns are not a spoiler.
I know, that's why I said it. Like, my character just leveled up to the point where I can make the gun.
Oh, nice. I've gotten to the point, like, I played it pretty much all night the night that I got it. Didn't get very far, but I fought off my first raid. I won that raid through a glitch, so that was fun. Like, it was, you know, the enemy team trying to raid my base.
Yeah.
Only 2 of them actually made it to the base. One of them just got stuck on level geometry, and the other one just didn't move from his spawn location. So I killed the 2 that entered my base, and then the other 2, after enough time, just despawned, and it counted me as winning.
All your base are belong to us.
All your base are belong to us. It's wild that game, of all things, is on Nintendo Switch Online. the game that All Your Base is from, the specific version of that game that All Your Base is from, which is the European Sega Genesis version. Because it was never released in North America officially. Well, the arcade game was. I've played it at Galloping Ghost.
Yeah.
But it's the Sega Genesis version that has the cutscene. And that's the only cutscene in the game.
Oh, wow.
For the record, the game's... For the record, if you want to know what game it is so you can see it in its original context for yourself, it's called Zero Wing.
All your base belong to us.
All your base are belong to us. You are on the way to destruction. What you say? You have no chance to survive. Make your time. Ha ha ha. Seriously, the song version of that goes harder than it needs to.
It does. Also, imagine him talking to Dr. Eggman going, all your base belong to us. I can't believe this.
I can't believe this.
It'll be freaking hilarious.
Reminder that the only reason Gamma exists as a playable character is because kids kept on writing in to Sonic Team saying you should let Sonic have a gun, and they were like, okay, we'll give a character a gun, but we can't have Sonic use a gun because Sonic is too much of a good boy to use guns. So here's Gamma, and then let's see.
Then Shadow was next.
Shadow was next in 2005 because once again they can't give Sonic a gun. They even Sonic even says in Shadow the Hedgehog that he doesn't like using guns.
I can't believe this.
So basically, Sonic does not play Power.
So hold on. The next Sonic Takeover, there should be a question asking Sonic and Shadow if they like Power World of Pokemon better.
They probably wouldn't answer that due to trying to avoid like specific brand names in their Twitter takeovers.
Yeah.
Like even when they do
Ryoko thing.
When they do stuff referencing like other Twitter accounts for other brands, like when they had, because Roger Craig Smith voices Sonic and he also voiced Ezio, they had one where they kidnapped Ezio and tagged the Assassin's Creed Twitter account in it. But they didn't refer to Ezio by name because legally they couldn't. Pussy move, give him a gun. Hear me out though, okay? What's more alpha, okay? Using a gun to take out enemies from a distance, or getting up close and personal and taking them out with your bare hands, or with the sheer force of ramming into them?
The power of a fart.
Get out.
Hey, you don't know the true power of being lactose intolerant.
I mean, I've seen the kind of stuff that farts can do thanks to a cursed ad that Vinny subjected his audience to. It was an ad for gum, I think. It was like there's a forest fire going on, and no one can stop the forest fire. So one of the squirrels chews some of the gum that's being advertised, and then he climbs up on the tallest branch of the tallest tree, and then he farts out onto the forest, and it coats it in wintry snow. Because of, and I'm like, okay, so are you saying that this gum is minty fresh, or that it makes your fart smell minty fresh?
Yes.
Or are you also implying that this gum will make you gassy?
Shadow Dragon,
you tuned in just in time to hear the worst stuff.
Is this the third time Shadow Dragon came into like the worst parts?
I think it's happened more times than it hasn't.
Yeah.
What worse stuff this time? Not mobile game ad that time. That was an ad for gum. But I have seen some awful mobile game ads, courtesy of Vinny.
I've seen some terrible ads also, courtesy of Papa Meat.
And courtesy of me.
Yeah, I'm still cursed by the thing that broke me.
Fun fact, if you look at the textures for like the gray bits going across Zeta's lower body, they're Dreamcasts. That detail is even kept in the GameCube version and the HD version.
Nice.
Like, let's see if the close-up shows it off very well. When I deliver the finishing blow. Like, look real close. You see?
I think I see, yeah.
You can see the Dreamcast swirl on it. And like the power light and all that stuff.
Now
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it, yeah.
Nice touch.
It is.
So what they're saying is that the Sega Dreamcast is so powerful for its time that if you got together like 6 of them, you could power a big robot.
Yes. You know what'd be hilarious? Someone actually makes a robot out of 6 Dreamcast and put
That
it
would
on
be
in
that would, pun intended, be a dream come true.
have it be shown at those little robot wars where they had the robots fight too.
Yeah.
And imagine it winning, because that would be amazing.
Don't tempt me.
E-105 Zeta rescue complete. Units remaining. Gamma. Beta.
So I didn't get an answer on this earlier. Is Beta a beta male?
And I refuse to answer.
Beta non-binary.
Well, we don't know the gender of Beta's bird.
But yeah,
We don't know the gender. The only bird that we presumably know the gender of is Amy's bird, because she refers to it with male pronouns.
Right.
So presumably she knows how to identify the genders of birds. I'm going to trust her judgment.
Which is funny. About how
Which is, it's kind of ironic because in the Sonic X anime, or at least in the English dub, they changed the bird to a girl. And gave it a name. Instead of Birdie, she calls it Lily.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Look at Step Bro. Nah, he's you can't fuck that as Gamma because that's gonna result in some like 3-winged children.
But I just thought of something.
I was going to say web-footed children, but I'm like, no, there are birds that have webbed feet.
Right.
Like ducks exist.
Pelicans.
Swans.
Penguins.
Goose.
The goose. Robro,
Deja vu.
yes.
But yeah, one thing that I think is a really nice touch when they were showing Beta, excuse me,
Mission
like he was so jittery, like it gives you the feeling like he's gone mad and almost insane, you know?
Well, yeah, he's driven solely by wanting to get revenge on Gamma for one-upping him.
Yeah, and I love that effect. Like he's like shaky. It's like I love that little like it's very small animations, but I love that type of stuff, you know?
It like given that this was Sonic Team's first time doing this kind of like 3D in-engine cutscenes, it makes me wonder whether that was intentional or not. And even if it wasn't, it still works.
Oh, 100%.
Because like the way that these cutscenes work, I've gone over this before, but just as a refresher, they work basically the same as RPG Maker, where everyone has like pre-made animations that are called instruction by instruction, according to the game's script. That's also why they abruptly jump from pose to pose, and why the mouth animations don't really match with any of the dialogue, because they're pre-made animations instead of properly lip-synced.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people like to shit on the cutscenes for being janky, but I'm like, Sonic Team had never done in-engine cinematic cutscenes before.
Yeah.
So this was like the most efficient way that they could do it with their lack of experience. F's in chat, boys and girls and non-binaries.
I lead the F's. Top 10 saddest anime video game character deaths. And I'm not wrong.
You're literally not wrong, because back in the days when Retsupre was a thing, one of the things that it wasn't Slow Beef and Diabetes that looked at it. It was Chip and Ironicus. But they looked at a video of the top 10 saddest deaths in gaming, and one of them on that list was Gamma.
I mean, it really is. Like, when you know the whole history, the background and everything. Yeah.
I also like that Gamma's theme is the only one that doesn't have lyrics.
I also love the build up, like you hearing the other stuff. I love that fade in.
Like, it doesn't. The other songs have lyrics that like tell you everything that the character is about. This song doesn't need lyrics to tell you everything you need to know about Gamma.
The music is Gamma.
Yeah.
And when you think about it too, it being the most different tells you that, well, minus Big's gameplay, it is the most different.
It's also the longest of the themes on the soundtrack. Like, the only thing that comes close to it in length is Big's theme. Like,
I love the piano in this song.
Yeah, I love the synthesizers. I love the you remember Korone crying over this? I'm not surprised, because like she became a Sonic fan playing it for the first time. And that's really cool to me, that like she was able to become not just a Sonic fan, but an official brand ambassador for Sonic after only getting into it a couple years ago through streams.
100%.
And that, unlike certain internet personalities, Aaron, she was able to, you know, look past some of the more poorly aged elements and appreciate them for what they are. She's living the good life, yeah. Like, yours. We haven't gotten to that one yet, but we'll get to it soon. Also, you see in the vocal section, one of them is listed as Dread Fox.
Oh.
Do you know who Dread Fox is?
I know.
Well, first of all, they spelled his name wrong. It's spelled D-R-E-D-D, like Judge Dredd.
Oh.
It's supposed to be spelled like that. But that's the voice of Parappa the Rapper.
Oh, jeez.
He did some of the vocals on Knuckles' theme.
You mean, here I come, Reverend the Best.
I don't know whether he did the rap bits or whether he did the song bit, the singing bits.
I'm now wondering if I would have messaged him on Twitter, would he answer?
Apparently he's kind of a scumbag, so I wouldn't recommend that. Like, he's known for, like, being egotistical and, like, trying to ring fans for money and stuff like that.
Yeah, then he can go fuck himself.
I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, good.
I slam my penis in the car door.
You slam your penis in the car door.
Ooh!
Can we talk about the animation where it's like Parappa is like rushing him straight to the hospital?
Yeah, the one where it suddenly turns emotional.
Yeah.
He rushes him to the hospital, and then he visits him in the hospital, and he's made a full recovery.
Yeah, the animations for like all the Parappa ones were really good. Like you had the good endings and the bad endings, like with Batman, you know?
So, we'll probably do Knuckles' story next. And I have a fun fact. I have a fun fact to share about Knuckles' Casinopolis stage that not a lot of people know about, because it was only in the initial 1998 Japanese release of Sonic Adventure. But you can mod it into the PC version. Knuckles' version of Casinopolis had slightly different set pieces in the Japanese version versus the international version and all subsequent versions. In that one of the like neon signs that decorated the stage was of a sexy cowgirl, and when you flew into it, it would moan.
I didn't know about this one. I thought it was the other thing. Oh.
You can mod that back into the PC version.
Interesting. So Knuckles gonna get that milk.
Not that kind of cowgirl. Not that kind of cowgirl.
Okay.
I mean, like the Old West kind of cowgirl.
Ow. Now, where's the fun in that?
Oh.
Not this ain't the kind of game that's gonna have, you know, sexy minotaurs in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go in any of those ways. Cowgirl, or cowgirl, or monster cowgirl. I could have gone any of those ways.
Imagine Knuckles eating off the cowgirl like Rayman. Hell yes.
As far back as I can remember.
You would too.
I've been living here.
Okay,
on this dark
like
island.
I'm not a furry, but I do have to criticize the design of that cowgirl
from anything from it.
from
I don't know why I was
that
given
cartoon.
this job.
Because she's just a human with a cow head.
Destined to be here.
Right.
forever.
She should have hooves, not human feet. It's weird. How do I feel about the Knuckles show? I'm excited, but I'm probably not signing up for Paramount Plus just to see it.
Yeah. That's what I hate about a lot of things. Certain shows like Earthspark are on fucking Paramount Plus, and I have to occasionally go in with free,
What's going on
like
here?
those free trials.
Oh no!
And like,
Something's
I
happened to the
don't have time to watch it.
Sometimes furries
Y'all
draw
are.
intros like that. See, I think if you're going to make a furry character, you should embrace the animal parts of the design, rather than just making it a human with, like, an animal head. But that's just me. Someone who's not into the furry culture.
No fair!
I'm more into the monster girl type stuff.
Yeah, I'm more into monster girls. Like, this is me speaking from like, you know, really liking the cowgirls from Monster
What's
Musume.
happening to you? Come back here.
Same, as well as the
Anything like it?
reviewers.
Emerald's power. This whole island. will fall into
Interspecies
the ocean.
Reviewers is its official
you.
English title.
Yeah, I was trying to do the Japanese one because that's what I watched it in.
Well, it's the only way you could watch it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I use the Japanese titles for a lot of things.
As it turns out, there's actually a somewhat understandable reason for how Funimation didn't know that Interspecies Reviewers was going to be that lewd. Well, it's still weird that it was too lewd for them when they already did Valkyrie Drive Mermaid, which is just as explicit, if not more.
It's more.
But
Pieces flew off everywhere.
like the reason that they and in Japan the TV broadcasters were surprised by how explicit it was is because the manga it's based on runs in a shonen magazine and is nowhere near as explicit. They amped up the nudity and sex just for the anime.
And we salute them for that. But yeah, Valkyrie Drive, it is far worse.
Yeah, Valkyrie Drive Mermaid is just lesbian porn.
It is
with a thin veneer of like, you know, and a plot.
Wait, there's a plot?
There's plenty of plot. Now, what's weird is you find out that Valkyrie Drive Mermaid is based on a game from the co-creator of Senran Kagura. Makes sense, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You play Valkyrie Drive, and you find out it's Senran Kagura if it took its story way too seriously. Like, it's trying to be the sexy fan service game, and also, like, Senran Kagura works because, like, while it does have actual story and characters you can give a shit about and all that kind of stuff, you know, very good stuff that helps it make it stand out among fan service stuff. It still knows that it's very campy and doesn't try to portray itself as, like, too dead serious unless it's you know, that part of the story calls for it. The Valkyrie Drive game is like, it's trying to be dead serious about its premise of lesbian weapons while also having, like, oh, there's a bonus you can get if you run into the robot that measures your boob strength.
Oh, God.
By groping you. And the two main girls that you spend most of the time playing as are also sisters.
Can we also talk about, okay, back to the game real quick. The first two gyms, I was surprised I got them that fast.
They spawn in random locations. I just got lucky this time.
Yeah, I got the problem. You got them so fast. I'm like, wait a minute, you speed running?
I will say I like the treasure hunting and at least how the radar and spawn locations work in Sonic Adventure 1 more than Sonic Adventure 2.
I agree.
Like, having more degrees of being able to tell how close or far you are really makes for a better experience. But I think the level design, for the most part, in Sonic Adventure 2 is more interesting. And the upgrades you get are actually useful. Like, this game makes the Shovel Claw a mandatory upgrade, but outside of having to dig up a few key items in the hub world, it's entirely optional to use them in the actual stages due to the random placement of the gems. Like, you can go entire playthroughs where you don't have to dig for any hidden emeralds.
No trains are currently in service.
By the way, Chow in Space, the original, the goated. I can't believe that years, like decades later, decades later, they made an actual Chow in Space animation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Neither
it's
did I.
official too. They made it
I
for
need to
April
look it up
Fool's Day
later.
one year.
I need to look it up later then.
Yeah, it's like an entire Chow in Space short film.
Also,
Or
you
short
just on
animation.
location where you got two right next to you.
Yeah, that's very common in Casinopolis because of the
Oh.
cramped level design here.
I've never had it as many times as I played.
I've played this
SA1?
game. I played specifically the Dreamcast version so many fucking times that I know this shit like the back of my hand, at least for main story playthroughs. I've never
Nice.
gone for 100% completion because the Dreamcast version doesn't give you anything for 100% completion. It wasn't until the GameCube version that they added Metal Sonic as a playable skin that you unlock at 100%.
Don't say the cowgirl.
Go inside there. See, the cowgirl's not in. Let me see if I can find the part of the level where the cowgirl would normally be. It's like up here somewhere. It's right here. This area in the original Japanese version, and if you mod it into the PC version, is a scantily clad cowgirl that moans when you fly into her. Because Japan.
Yep.
Why does that sound like more saying than what I've seen Japan put out?
I mean, you've seen the stuff that Japan regularly puts out. You've seen Long Long Man.
I've seen the entirety of Long Long Man. Speaking of which, I need to look. I need
I've
to
seen
look
an
up
I've seen an advertisement for sake where Gakuto is chilling with a mermaid in a pool and he's speaking French to her.
Wait. What kind of French you talking to? Because like, there's two different types.
As in, he's speaking the French language.
Okay. And by the way, right now my account's in a negative, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting the Long Man the Sekiro Gummy.
But something about it.
If I get a 6-pack,
It's
would you guys also like 2?
Oh hell yes.
So yeah,
Very strange.
the flavor they have here is grape.
Grape.
They also have one. Let me see.
I love Japanese grape flavored candies. They're so much better than American grape flavored candies.
I think they have one. I can't tell. I think it's peach also.
I don't like peach.
I'm not a big fan of peach either.
So I'll get the grape one then.
What you got? What? I mean, I've got my reasons for not liking Peach. She's useless.
Oh!
Daisy is better. And if Nintendo were not cowards, they would do the right thing and make Daisy canonically Latina.
Holy crap, dude! They have apple flavor too. I found.
I'll take apple.
How can I make you understand?
Oof, that pop-in was this Frontiers. This has the excuse of running on the Dreamcast. Frontiers has no excuse. Like, the reason they gave for why the pop-in is so bad on Frontiers is because they developed it with the Switch in mind and then ported upwards to more powerful platforms. So they wanted, like, all versions to more or less be similar in terms of performance, with Switch obviously having 30 FPS. But like the level geometry and draw distance was kept the same across all of them to make the porting process easier.
What's going on here anyway?
Okay, I found one that were.
Thankfully, if you have the PC version of Frontiers, there's a really simple mod out there that lets you customize the draw distance so you can lower the amount of pop-in. You can't get rid of it entirely at the moment, and upping it too high breaks the game's engine.
Breaks the grit. I love
breaks
that.
Breaks the gritty. But
It's gotta be a part of the master.
like, it makes for a better experience, especially on the third island.
But yeah, I found one that has both apple, grape, and peach.
Okay.
Yeah, I put it in my cart so I know where it's at.
Do the gritty Sonic. He doesn't do that in this game, but he does it plenty of times in Frontiers.
Eggman, give me back the Master
Oh my
Emerald.
gosh, I found
Knuckles,
it's a Sakura box. That's why.
this isn't what you're after.
I love that Eggman's like, oh, you're not after the Chaos Emeralds. Wait, you're right. Okay, you can go
A
then.
guinea pig to test it.
Like, Knuckles is not concerned about Eggman gathering Chaos Emeralds.
Chaos.
He just wants the Master Emerald.
It's that creature.
Daisy has a better ass than Peach. Agreed.
On my island.
It does.
Daisy has a better everything than Peach.
He was there when the Master Emerald shattered.
Daisy is just
I'm
objectively superior to Peach.
sure he saved
And
me.
Rosalina is better than both of them.
Now I'll get him good.
I mean, Rosalina's got that tall mommy energy, but keep in mind she does not have lady bits. Considering that we know what looking up her dress looks like, courtesy of Super Smash Brothers.
Chaos.
Changing shape won't scare me.
The thing is, can you fill a black hole?
Fine. Give it your.
You see, if you go into a black hole, you go through a process known as spaghettification. I'm not making this up. Where like your atoms are stretched out until they break.
So, Artie, you know what's hilarious? It's gotten to the point where once a year we talk about spaghettification. Have you noticed that?
You're not wrong.
I mean, this has been going on for how many years now? Like 5?
I don't know.
That's no longer than 5.
Is the spaghetti monster in there?
Yes.
No, I cannot confirm or deny because no one has explored the inside of a black hole yet.
Or they haven't come out to tell the tale.
They
never
become
told us.
they become one with his noodly goodness. Praise
another
be,
thing, too.
praise be to the noodly one, ramen.
I just realized something also. Like when everyone's talking about how he only wants the Master Emerald, yeah, Knuckles has his priorities in line.
Yeah, because his duty has nothing to do with the Chaos Emeralds. He guards the Master Emerald. That's all he's focused on.
Yeah, priorities in line. I respect that.
Also, speaking of black holes,
Our worlds are in danger.
Our worlds are in danger.
I thought you was going to talk.
Is that all you got?
For a moment, I thought you was going to talk about my heart.
to save them and the galaxy, we must find the 4 Cyber Planet keys before the Decepticons can use it for
See the
evil.
true powers of chaos.
Yeah, I've been watching Transformers Armada now on Tubi.
Yeah.
I forgot how good it is. Like, I didn't forget how good it is.
Me, you hear?
It still holds up pretty nicely.
I know something that
It just it has a very slow pace beginning.
about Sonic.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but you know, it does get there eventually.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like nice to watch an episode or two
He's after the beast.
and kind of go
Yeah.
about your day. You know, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's just nice to do that.
I feel like it could have done with condensing a bit of it, because
Yeah.
like
Going on a what?
it's like what 52 episodes, but it doesn't have enough plot to fill 52 episodes,
Yeah.
I wonder what he meant.
and like the actual plot doesn't start until about 15 episodes in,
Right.
with the introduction of the best character in the show, Sideways.
Yep.
I mean, the best episode 1 was Starscream.
Starscream's
I mean,
not in
episode 2.
episode 1.
Episode 2. Excuse me. I'm remembering.
Excuse
back
me,
when,
Starscream's shining moment is in episode 6, I believe.
I wonder why Sonic is after the.
That's the one where he
Master
gets his
Emerald.
mini-con.
Yep.
I'd better work fast and get to the bottom of
every
this.
episode with Starscream is the best episode.
So most episodes.
Yes.
The best one is where they the animators couldn't be bothered to draw his jet mode, so he's just represented as like a black dot moving across the screen.
Right. But yeah, you know, a lot of people give Armada flack, and I'm like, yeah, the animation was rushed. That's, but it's still...
It was literally rushed because it's one of the few animes in history that aired in America before it aired in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so we got the unfinished version.
Yeah. But, with that being said, it was still, like, one of the... and this is coming from a Megatron fanboy, but it actually had one of the best character growths for Starscream we've ever gotten.
It has one of the best Starscreams we've ever got, because it's a Starscream that's not just, a sniveling sycophant that's trying to backstab him. He's the term that TV Tropes calls him is a noble demon, and I think that personality is more interesting for Starscream than what any other take on him has
The
done.
train headed for Station
Yeah, that's for sure. Because it's like,
soon.
he's not, like, backstabbing.
He's not trying he's not trying to overthrow Megatron because,
he thinks he's better.
Because he thinks he's better. He's trying to overthrow Megatron because Megatron treats him like shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think we've actually ever gotten a Starscream quite like that ever again.
Nope, and Energon just fucking
got the
sucked all the
Now
character
you can
development out of him.
And stone.
Yeah.
Press the jump and action buttons simultaneously.
And then Cybertron made him a fun kind of backstabbing Starscream.
Yeah.
That got further than any other Starscream did.
Right. I've heard
But you
people
like-
say that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just reading Dash Cat's comment, but I like bitch made Starscream. Now I'm thinking about Starscream. Monkey destruction switch. Press to destroy. With one throw of this switch, we can wipe out the entirety of the NFT market.
Do it. I am tired of the bored ape. Bring around the boomed ape.
But yeah,
For the win.
I think, like, we've gotten a different character growth for Starscream, but it was in Earthspark, and even then, it's kind of... I'm not sure how to really describe it yet, because I haven't really seen the episodes. I've just seen, like, people are saying, it's like, oh yeah, he's gotten better as time went on, and I'm like, okay, did they show anything about that? Not, and honestly, I don't know.
Hear me out on this, okay?
Please?
You want to know why it's very important? Why it's very important that Starscream's name is spelled all as one word?
Why?
Because if one were to put a space in the wrong place, it's the difference between Starscream and Starscream.
Yep.
I mean, you make me just think about the Earth Chan stuff. I mean, the Earth isn't flat. You know that.
No, it's oblong.
It's not an oblong, it's an oblate spheroid. That's the scientific term for it. But personally, I do believe that it would be an oblong shape. Because I am a believer of... You see, people who believe in flat Earth are... I believe that's a psyop. I believe that's just meant to draw attention away from the real truth. Bad Earth. Oblong's not wrong. Fat Earth Society.
What about thick Earth? I think that's better. Thick Earth.
I mean, then we gotta deal with the whole, people saying that the Earth is a cat playing with Australia.
Okay, but what about Velociraptor-shaped Earth?
That's dangerous right there.
Yeah.
The Earth is clearly a donut.
So there's this game. I'm pretty sure it's a mobile game, right? Where you get to destroy Earth with like Cthulhu, a space worm, lasers, and all this other crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
There is literally flat Earth and there's also donut Earth.
My dude, Shadow Dragon just posted something absolutely based in chat.
Oh
in
my God.
relation to thick Earth, then there would be earthquakes of it clapping its cheeks.
I think there's animation of that.
Also, this is exactly what I'm talking about, where you get the shovel claw, and then the very next level, more often than not, doesn't have you have to dig for it.
Good enough.
Yeah, good enough.
Good enough.
Like, there are possibilities for the next 2 levels to have emeralds that spawn underground, but most of the time, in my experience, they don't. And then in the final level, there's nowhere for you to dig, because it's all metal.
Dude, it's metal.
What was the
That's
show
metal.
before Earth? What was the show before Earthspark? That was Cyberverse.
Yeah, Cyberverse.
As if it weren't confusing enough for 2 shows to be 2 completely different shows to be called Robots in Disguise. Cyberverse is called Cyberverse and has a toy line called Cyberverse, when Cyberverse was also a subline of Transformers in where they introduced like the Legion class figures to the movieverse. So there's multiple Cyberverses.
I'll say fuck.
Indeed.
Exactly.
The train headed for Station Square.
People complain about like reusing Transformer character names for unrelated characters. Complain about reusing series names for unrelated stuff.
Like
Yeah.
I am legit confused, honestly.
I'm still mad about them titling a terrible Netflix series War for Cybertron.
No right to have that.
Yeah.
So now that's the first thing that pops up when you look for War for Cybertron instead of the game.
Right.
Hey, Knuckles.
Also,
I like
fun
how
fact,
me-
this is the only cutscene of this encounter where Knuckles' punch plays the right sound effect.
Hand over the emerald now.
In Sonic and Tails' versions of this cutscene, it plays the spin dash charge sound.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Everyone talks
no.
about
Oh, no.
Knuckles' oh no, but no one talks about Sonic's oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
3 oh no's later.
Oh jeez. Oh no, the Chaos Emerald.
Oh no, the Chaos Emeralds!
Oh no.
War for Cybertron, the game is right there. Tell that to Activision. Tell that to Activision so they can re-release it.
What's he doing here?
Right?
Hasbro
He's
apparently
sitting on
wants
that.
to. It's Activision that doesn't.
Yeah, like Activision keeps sitting on it, and it's
Well,
like,
the reason
what do you-
Activision's sitting on it is because they don't want. They've moved away from publishing licensed games. So
Preserve, they say.
Not only that, they probably wouldn't make it a live service.
well, I mean that would.
You see where I'm going with this?
We're
would
kind
wanna-
of. I hate to tell you this, but we're kind of getting that with Reactivate from what little we know about it.
I will not.
Like, we
I will not acknowledge
We know more about the Reactivate toy line than we do about the game that the Reactivate toy line is promoting. Because Reactivate
Right.
was announced like 2 years ago, and we haven't heard a peep of it since.
Right. Like, the toys are cool, but, you know, that's really all that's got going for it right now.
Yeah, because we haven't seen any actual fucking footage of the game.
Exactly.
We saw
I
we saw was a
refused.
trailer that looked like anything except the Transformers game. It looked more like
I
Call of Duty.
Problem. I'll make it.
I refuse to acknowledge Transformers live service game. Excuse me.
If anything, the promising thing about a lot of these live service games is that 9 times out of 10, they end up flopping horribly. So, even if companies keep on deciding that live service is the future, we keep showing them that even if we do the whole how many times do we need to teach you this lesson, old man meme to them, at the very least, we get them to lose tons of money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Over and over and over again, like clockwork.
Yep.
I'm like, yes, please do spend more and more hundreds of millions of dollars on live service games that die out within it. Because I would like to see titanic companies like Activision and EA and all of them be humbled over and over again. They had it coming.
They had it coming. They had it coming. They only had themselves to blame.
I mean, except in Anthem's case. Apparently, like, if you've seen the What Happened episode from Matt McMuscles about Anthem, apparently he got literally everything wrong about its development process. Because Jason Schreier did an investigative report for it later, after Matt put out that video trying to capitalize on, the hate train against it, where it turned out that, no, EA were actually the good guys in that scenario, because BioWare were just spinning their wheels, getting nothing done for years, until EA stepped in and said, okay, get your shit together and figure out what you want this game to be.
Right.
Like, rare EAW.
Yeah.
And still turned out to be an L.
Is that all you got?
Because fuck them, that's why. You couldn't get War for Cybertron on PS4. It was only Fall of Cybertron that was re-released.
Yeah.
But both of them were on Steam, and you can still get Steam keys for them if you know where to look. But they're being sold for hundreds of dollars now.
Ew.
And even if you do get them now, the servers are offline, so you can't even play multiplayer.
Right.
Well, you kind of can, because people have figured out how to set up private servers, but it's not the same experience.
It's just not the same now.
Especially for War for Cybertron, which had co-op in its campaign.
Yep.
Behold my fly.
Behold! The textures have not loaded in!
Chaos's true power.
Behold my rooster.
We shall meet.
I hope Reactivate is good, though. I mean, we all hope that's good.
I think we all know deep down.
We hope that it's good.
garbage.
We hope that's good in spite of what it has going against it.
Yeah.
Hurry,
But honestly, I have a very bad feeling that it's going to just end up as
So
garbage.
let's get the tornado and go after him.
Good idea.
Hey, Sonic. You go on ahead without me. I have some things I need to take care of.
No problem, Knuckles. We'll take care of everything here.
At the very least, even if it's bad, it'll still be more entertaining than the Japanese PS2 game. That game is a slog to play through, only saved by its funny English voice acting.
Yeah.
Because it's a who's who of 90s and early 2000s recorded in Japan English dubs, with the cast of like Resident Evil 1, Mega Man X7,
Right.
like all those kind of people in one game together. It's the only game where you can hear the voice of Alucard voicing Optimus Prime and Soundwave. And the voice of Zero from X7 as Starscream of all characters.
Whoa,
And,
what?
Yeah. And one of my favorite Megatron performances for how overly hammy and overly enunciated everything is. And he's the announcer from Super Smash Brothers. And he also voiced, if I remember correctly, he also voiced Dracula. I may be misremembering, though. I forgot what I've got to do. I'm going the wrong way. You can tell I've been up since like 8 in the morning.
This is morning.
Like I said, this is a chills. This is more of a chill stream.
I've been
What a
up
voice
since, like,
cast!
6 in the morning.
It's got the voice of Axel from X7 as RC, and she actually does a better job there than she did as Axel. Also, I'm glad that she's finding a newfound appreciation through her latest video game voice acting gig that's made people kind of forget that she voiced Axel in a really bad performance in one of the worst Mega Man games ever made. And you know what that, and I bet a lot of you don't know what that new voice acting role she got in a big AAA game was.
What?
I'm gonna wait for, to see if anyone in chat gets it. Because this is a fun bit of trivia I've been sitting on for a while, now that the game is out.
The trolley car seems to be working. It leads to
Oh yeah, I've got to go into the jungle. The jungle is my home. But I will show the world that I am its master. I will create my own race of people. A race of atomic supermen that will conquer the world. I don't know why I went Bride of the Monster Bela Lugosi there, but fuck it.
Also, that's where that came from. I was like, what? That sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, that's from Bride of the Monster, one of Ed Wood's classics, shall we say. Since it's probably going to take a while for chat to catch up to what I was saying about like the voice of Axel being in a pretty big role in a big AAA game right now, she's the announcer in Tekken 8.
Ooh.
Ow.
Because she's not primarily a voice actress. She's primarily a ringside commentator. She was also in Yakuza 0 as the ringside commentator. For its for one of its side quests. And apparently she's really popular in Japan as a ringside commentator. She also voiced Musashi in the awful Brave Fencer Musashi sequel, but we don't talk about that. Sure thing, Whisker Dude!
Oh, jeez.
Now you've got fighting gloves. To store up power, hold down the action button. Now you can do the maximum heat knuckles attack.
Guess Anna decided to announce after being in the being short in the stick for a while. Yeah, she also voiced Anna in earlier Tekken games.
What's Tekka?
Like, she voiced her in, I believe, Tekken 4 and Tekken 5. Fun thing. I've actually met the old voice of Nina at a convention. She was one of the co-hosts of that panel that bled into my abridging panel that's led to me having a never-ending grudge against Bryce Papenbrook. But she didn't talk much about working on Tekken. She mostly the thing she spent the most time talking about was having to record voiceover lines for a GPS system. For like GPS navigation and how difficult that was because of how fucking many things she had to say in one sitting.
Oh, jeez.
Because the thing with a lot of voice acting gigs professionally is that they try to get as much out of you in as few sessions as possible.
Yeah, it's cheaper that way.
Yeah. And she had to make sure to say everything as flat monotone as possible. She wasn't allowed to emote.
Imagine if we had a Robert Gottfried.
I mean, there's a GPS app called Waze that's kind of shit, but selling point is that occasionally they get celebrity guests to provide like limited time voiceovers for the GPS. The thing that introduced me to it was when they had Arnold Schwarzenegger as the GPS voice.
Oh, jeez, that was
Promoting one of the shitty new Terminator movies. And then, like, a little while after that, when The Force Awakens was getting ready to come out, they had C-3PO as the GPS.
What about R2D2?
He was there too. Like, he would beep at the beginning of every GPS message.
Oh. Want to talk about how underrated the track is for this stage?
Dark Fate wasn't that bad. It wasn't promoting Dark Fate. It was promoting Genesis. Like, the thing I remember about the Arnold voice for the GPS was, you know, apart from the fact that he wouldn't say street names because they couldn't get him in the booth for that long, like, one of the things that Waze is kind of popular for is that it also works for telling you, like, vocally when stuff, you know, when construction's going on, when there's like roadside accidents, and more importantly, when there's speed traps nearby. So like I was driving a pretty long trip to Virginia for a convention. I was using the Arnold voice for it. And I get like a accident reported. Get down!
Also, Dash Cats, you're wrong. Dark Fate really was that bad.
I mean, it seems to have killed off the Terminator franchise again.
Yep.
They just can't. They should have stopped making them with 2.
Yeah, I've only seen the ones when I was a kid. That was it. That's all I need to see.
1 and 2 are the only ones you really need to see.
Yeah. Yep. 3 is enjoyable, but it's, you know, it's really not necessary.
3's enjoyable, but its plot only works if you ignore the entire conclusion of Terminator 2.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Like, the entire point of Terminator 2 is that the future's not set in stone. You can write your own future, and, like, Judgment Day has been averted.
Where am I?
One of the very first things Arnold says when meeting up with the characters in Terminator 3. No, it's not. My God, a shotgun. It's Judgment Day is inevitable.
Yeah, which is like, that kind of defeats the purpose of saying the future has not been written. I'm like, okay, sure, but apparently Judgment Day has been written. It's inevitable. That's a solid point in time. Just keeps changing from point to point.
How was Terminator Salvation? It's decent enough, but it's totally skippable.
Yeah.
Like, it works as like a generic action movie set in the post-apocalypse.
I mean,
it doesn't work. It doesn't work as a good Terminator movie because it lacks the key aspects of Terminator due to the fact that it was only made because they wanted to capitalize on the Terminator IP while they couldn't work with Arnold Schwarzenegger because he was still governor at the time.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes?
Have you guys seen Terminator versus the IRS, the Taxes Return?
Cannot say that I have.
It already sounds like a better movie than the ones you're mentioning, like these more recent ones, like Dark Fate and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone. I haven't seen Genesis, but everyone agrees that Genesis is the worst one. Partly because it apparently went through a really troubled production and was being rewritten as it was being shot.
What?
Yeah.
What about that Terminator game made by the RoboCop developers? Which one? Because there's been a lot of Terminator and a lot of RoboCop games.
I think
if you're talking about the new RoboCop game, Rogue City, haven't played it yet.
I've heard actually good things about both Rogue City.
I've heard good things about RoboCop Rogue City. Haven't heard anything about the new Terminator game.
From friends, I've heard some good things about the Terminator game, but that's, you know, from friends, just nothing official.
Does anyone get shot below the belt?
Yes. is like the good thing about RoboCop Rogue City is that it's a first-person shooter RoboCop game that make where you control like RoboCop would. You're not speeding around everywhere. You move slow as shit, and you're a walking tank.
I need to find the remaining
Forget to shoot them in the
wherever they are.
cat in gameplay.
And yes, there is a mechanic for shooting people in the dick.
I'm guessing it's the same as headshots then?
Man's
Yes.
fortress.
Oh, that's
The
perfect.
rest of the pieces must be.
This already sounds like a 10 out of 10 game.
I mean, RoboCop for the Xbox also had a shooting in the dick mechanic, but then it also, like, you know, the Re-Res episode. It was like the inaugural episode of Just Bad Games, I think.
Yeah. But
Where,
the thing
like,
is,
they-
I can
they
watch
made-
a lot of that.
They made the health pickups baby food
Isn't that one of Eggman's?
based
Yeah,
on
the
a
funny-
line, based on one line.
I know.
One line in the original RoboCop where they show the like food paste that they feed him to, you know, because it's the only thing he can
Nutrients.
eat, and they compare it to baby food. But the RoboCop game for Xbox is like, no, we're going to make it literally jars of baby food.
This is hilarious.
Also, RoboCop, the introduction of RoboCop in that game is kind of legendary in the worst way possible. It's like he shows up, destroys a whole bunch of like civilian stuff, and he's like, "This is the police."
You just gave me an idea for something. Because I've been watching a lot of Just Bad Games, right?
Yeah.
Like rewatching a lot of it.
Endlessly rewatchable series.
Oh, hell yeah. What if someone were to do a parody for April Fools of Just Bad Games, but it's a good game?
By the way, you just recently learned there's a RoboCop TV show. There's 2 RoboCop TV shows.
Yeah.
One of them's a
cartoon.
live action series, and one of them's a cartoon.
Actually,
The
I think
cartoon is decent.
dude, there's actually that makes that 3 then because there is a there are 2.
Oh yeah, there are 3 because there were 2 cartoons. There was one in
Yeah,
the
there's-
80s, and then there was one in the 90s.
The one in the 90s I saw.
Yeah, the one in the 90s was called Alpha Commando.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one was good.
I've heard weird things about that actually, but it doesn't really portray RoboCop the way he should be. But that's just
Well, yeah,
you know,
because they had to water it down for kids.
I know. But here's the thing though:
To make a
the
house
80s
call.
series got the character better.
Yeah, because it was the 80s. They were allowed to get away
Yes.
with that.
But again, here's the thing though: they actually gave RoboCop a lot more personality and emotions in Alpha Commando than they did in the original, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but you have to take the good with the bad when it comes to stuff like this. Like one episode I distinctly remember was like you couldn't scratch your ear. I don't remember which one, or else it was an insult to like the prime minister or the prince or whoever it was.
Yeah.
Fun fact,
And,
apparently one episode of one of the RoboCop live action series was actually based on a rejected pitch for RoboCop 2.
Oh,
That was written by Frank Miller of all people.
so he got the last
right.
he got the last laugh. It still got made basically.
What's going on?
Like Frank Miller, RoboCop 2 for a movie that was rushed into production so they could capitalize on RoboCop's unexpected popularity, surprisingly went through a lot of production problems. It took forever for them to get a script that they agreed on. With the final script, you know, apart from it mostly being a retread of the first RoboCop, it incorporates parts from multiple scrap scripts, including a draft by Frank Miller that was full of a lot more social commentary. Which, you know, RoboCop 1 is famous for having tons of social commentary in it because it's a Paul Verhoeven movie.
Right.
But RoboCop 2 is lacking in a lot of that because they want, you know, different director, different writing crew. They want to make it more mainstream.
I sense the Master Emerald. It can't be far from here.
I found out about this because Red Letter Media recently did a review. Well, the show's called Review, where it's like them doing a retrospective about some movies they've seen and talking about like the production histories of them. And the co-host they had for that episode, one of the Canadian co-hosts they occasionally have, can't remember which one, because there's so many Red Letter Media people, I lose track of some of their names. But he actually worked on the live action series. So he was able to talk about what some of that was like. Like, he worked on the special effects career for it.
Any more words of Arnold Schwarzenegger? That would be Bob.
You will cosplay a fuzzy moth? No, you.
Or pull the lever to control the ship's tilt.
No. Make me. If I lose our challenge, that's a big if, because I'm not going to lose this time. I have the power of mobile ads up my sleeve. I have the power. I could just do nothing but Wolf Game ads for my entire part of our rematch, and I would win. Wolf Game, play now.
Gang,
Eagle
gang.
bitch. That you're being mean, Lulu. You're being stonky.
Uh-oh, stonky.
I know that's tradition to bully the streamer whenever the streamer is a VTuber, but you are in no position. Okay, so I haven't taken a shower recently. I've been busy. I've been feeling sick because my new weight loss medicine. I would rather. That's not. When I say recently, I mean like I haven't taken one today. Not like I've been going days without shower. Just poor phrasing.
And that's what he comes back on.
I've been back for like the past minute and I heard all this. I'm not gonna interrupt him.
Look, I may be kind of a slob, but I'm not an animal.
I thought you were a bat, so doesn't that make you an animal?
Well, no, I'm a vampire. Half vampire.
Either push or pull the lever to
That doesn't make me a bat. It means I can turn into a bat, but that does not make me a bat. Now, I do know a VTuber who is a bat who commonly gets mistaken for a vampire.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be Kanakamori.
I just realized something.
I was introduced to her by my buddy Nate. She's a British VTuber, and she's a fruit bat.
My friend Deej is actually a ice bat, but she doesn't really she doesn't VTube, at least not yet anyway.
So I just learned that
you will cosplay a pink fuzzy moth. No, you know what? Actually, no, I can't make you cosplay an animal as a punishment, because you would see that as an excuse to. You would see that as an excuse to get a fursuit made. Even though you're very definitely not a furry, you would totally do that just to make it more painful for me. I don't have anything against furries. I am at peace with most of the furry community. I've even had good experiences with furries at conventions.
I'm an admirer of furry art because it is actually decently good. It's like really good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm jealous how good it is. So also good money to be made in it.
I have problems with specific individual furries, but not furries as a whole.
Yeah. Don't let one bad apple spoil the whole bunch.
Either push or pull the lever to control the ship.
Basically, it's the difference between, well, the people that I have issues with probably wouldn't be counted as furries by the furry community. Because they go a little bit further than furry stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, there's a whole podcast about that topic that YouTube refuses to ban.
Oh, you just reminded me of one of those people.
And one of the people in that part of that wretched community is trying to become a VTuber. So, yeah.
Please don't tell me this.
Someone who
the girl?
It's a guy.
Oh,
a
so
guy
it's not
who,
the one I'm thinking.
A guy who did unspeakable things to his dog, and got away with it because the statute of limitations was up by the time he was investigating.
Oh, jeez.
And he has ties to, I'll name him and shame him. Caro the Wolf. Also has ties to Jesus. Not has ties to Jesus. Thank you for the raid, Cloud. I'll change topics so I'm not driving off new viewers. But yeah, keep an eye out for that person. Please, just let me get this one emerald. Please. I wish I could center this ship, but the lever is so finicky. I keep forgetting that I set it to do, like, party poppers whenever I get a raid.
Let's go. Found
it. Fucking finally.
Good enough.
Why did I just let out a very high-pitched yay?
The last missing piece. All right. Now, to restore the Master Emerald. Huh?
It's a call. There's two of you in this shot.
Pizza time.
So you're saying it's too call?
Oh no, the Tikals are plentiful.
Start on me.
My ears.
Oh, no, not again. What is the meaning of this?
The meaning of this? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Someone look up this in a dictionary.
What am I fighting for? Stop them. They came, and my father.
They came.
God damn, they came and my father.
I'm shot.
Oh no, Crypto Luigi's frozen. He bought too much land in the metaverse.
He is broke. Oh my god. We need broke Luigi.
Stare right into my metallic card.
Is this a dream? It's more like a nightmare.
Yes, Atlas Earth is indeed a nightmare. By the way, I found out more about Atlas Earth. It turns out they do not pay you in crypto. They pay you in cash. So that 0.000, like less than half a cent that he's earned saying, watch my income go up, it's about to go nuts, that is in cash, not in Bitcoin or something.
I am deeply troubled by this recent.
You don't know what annoys me about Bitcoin and all that?
The fact that most of it's a scam.
I still can't figure out.
Yeah. Besides that, it could have been a good way for help people who are like struggling in life to buy groceries.
Yeah, and instead it became a massive circle jerk for rich people.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I was curious
Hold
about
on.
it, but because
If you listen closely when that light flashes from Chaos transforming, they play the wrong sound clip in every version of this game. So instead of playing, like, Knuckles is supposed to have like a like a pained grunt sound that plays there, but due to a programming error, instead plays his drowning sound.
oh no.
As shit you not, Knuckles can drown on land.
Oh no.
I think you mean, oh no.
Oh no.
Not again! I hate you!
What the hell did I do?
I think you mean, did I do that?
About time.
Chili dogs.
Big man.
Speaking of chili dogs, one of the Sonic YouTubers out there did all the canonical chili dogs and the ones also in the cookbook.
And the
I need to get that cookbook because
Yeah.
apparently they have a thing for like a frappe that Shadow likes.
Didn't get enough the first.
Yeah, I will send you guys the video later if I can find it again. It was actually pretty good. He had a,
Granted,
like,
I would not be
stick.
able to make that frappe because I don't have a blender,
Yeah.
but still.
I'd be curious to see how to do it, but I can't really do frappes anymore just because they just don't agree with me anymore.
What, did they get into far-right politics?
That's not what I meant, but okay,
I
sure.
know that's not what you meant.
Hey, at least it's not as bad as half the other things you make me walk into.
I don't make you walk into almost any of those. You do that to yourself.
Sure.
Like, it's not like I'm intentionally setting you up for those most of the time. You just say them, unprompted.
Yes, yes, but you're the one who takes them out of context.
Then that's not walking. Then that's not walking. That's not you walking into something. That's not me having you walk into something. That's you walking into something yourself and me pointing out, hey, you just walked into something? And you're like, no, I didn't. I clearly did not walk into this. You're in denial that your face is flat against the wall.
Megatron doesn't want to admit anything.
No comment.
See?
To quote screensaver legend Bill Clinton, no comments, ladies.
See, I will admit nothing. I did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Here's the
did
thing,
nothing.
because-
You did nothing, and yet you were still punished for it.
Yeah, keep in mind, I said the whole Pegatron thing, right? You said nothing, meaning you are Pegatron. Like, you're admitting it.
You're not disagreeing with it.
Exactly. You didn't correct me or anything either.
Is that all you got?
Because the reason I don't correct you is because it's a losing battle with you people.
Yeah, because I am always because I'm always right, except for when I'm wrong, which is never.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
You're finished.
Oh, no, he's just nodding his head. No.
I can't say shit without walking in. I can't say shit without you two taking it out of context.
That's why you need to watch what you say.
I mean, you can't say shit because you just did.
I mean, you're free to say shit. You're free to say shit as much as you want to on this stream. I say it all the time. Shit, piss, cunt, fuck, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat.
What was that other one? The oh my gosh.
Shut up, Shadow Dragon. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, hear me out on this, okay? Have you noticed that as far as official, like, outside of Archie Comics, we haven't had an official female B character in Sonic media outside of, like, part of the Archie run, right? My conspiracy theory is that's all due to Vinny from Vinesauce.
Do it. Perfect. All is
Because
now.
he made it known to the internet
Master
widely
Emerald
about
and the
10 years
island
ago
have been restored.
that it's hip to fuck bees.
Yeah, Shannon. This is something very nice to walk in on.
What?
Well,
What
I'm
about
glad I
the
could make somebody laugh tonight.
what about the Sukapon? You fell for that when I posted that on Twitter. That was you that fell for that, Shadow Dragon.
Wait, Sukapon me?
It was there's a character, one of the assist trophies in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you know, that pink blobby guy that throws his limbs at you? His name is Sukapon. So like,
that's actually...
I remember this.
A couple years ago, I went on Twitter, like, posting an image of the guy. I'm like, I hate this assist trophy, but I don't know his name. Can someone please look it up for me so I can put a name to the object of my hatred? And Shadow Dragon, Shadow Dragon was like, I looked it up and his name's Sukapon, and I'm like, Sukapon, these nuts.
Master Emerald. Again.
Yeah, and the thing is, you did the same thing to me on a call. One night we were just bored out of our skulls.
I may not know the
asked
whole
me,
story.
You asked me that same question. I was like, I had to look him up, and I'm like, who the fuck is this character? And I
You
was like,
trust
oh yeah,
me too well. You trust me too much.
That's
You know
the
what the
problem.
You know what the funny thing
It's
is?
like,
I wasn't
it's like
too
Django.
off.
It's like Django Fett once said, "Trust no one."
The funny thing is, I wasn't too far off because I said Sukapon, like Sukapon me. So I was not too far off.
I think I came down with a case of sick of this.
Sick of this shit.
Kind of play sick of this bullshit, but yes.
By the way, speaking of these nuts, how did you enjoy the nuts that I got you for Christmas?
Surprisingly enough, I never got a chance to taste any of them. My mom took all of them for herself.
Oh, so your mom's enjoying. So your mom was enjoying these nuts. Woo! That's an unexpected. This is
getting spicy.
This string gotta go off the rails. When does it not?
For the three of us involved, it always does.
If the three of us are involved, it is literally a train wreck that's been going on for like 30 miles and it's not stopping at all.
Yeah.
It somehow did a deja vu drift through Tokyo while in Manhattan.
No. It's not a train going off the rails. It's the rocket launch in Final Fantasy VII. Kier knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Also known as footage of North Korea's missile test.
You know what I literally made that meme and I'm mad on Meme Center. It's been scrubbed.
Aww.
All of my memes have been scrubbed. I am sad.
More like they're a bunch of scrubs.
Yeah, so like my Gundam one was like when you wake up in the morning and pee with a boner. It's the Gundam with the sword. The little flame war we had with Miku, Justin Bieber, Metal Apocalypse, and everything is gone. So you know that shit was actually funny because we went on for like 20 minutes of it. The one where people thought I was in. Oh my gosh. I did a meme about my romance life, right?
Yeah.
And it was like a tumbleweed with like a cactus, and people were like, "Yeah, this guy is really into trees." Like this guy was the joke there was like I was romanced by trees and cactuses, you know, fauna. That was actually genuinely funny. Like, we had story arcs on Meme Center.
Knuckles' theme in Adventure Frontiers. Adventure, obviously.
Yeah. Also, we need a mod for Knuckles. Every time he punches, he should chuckle.
Okay, this is where I have to draw issue with the lyrics of his theme in Sonic Adventure, okay?
Alright.
Every chorus, every rap verse says, "You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles." What is he always doing every time you see him in Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
Yeah.
He's not chuckling, he's laughing his ass off. The difference.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct. Have a good night, Shadow Dragon.
Night Shadow Dragon.
Now you're doing the accent.
The funny thing is, because of my friend's youngest nephew, Adrian, right? I got to the point as to call him a dragon. And he has his biggest smile when I do that. It's adorable. Just for you. Oh, that timing. The information here for you and Artie, if you go on my Facebook, my display picture of me holding him.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I actually look like a dad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's her youngest nephew.
Aw.
And that picture was on my birthday last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, till then, a merry, merry birthday to you, a very merry birthday to you, yes, you. Now blow the candle out, my friend, and make your dreams come true.
Okay, but why? But why, though?
Why what?
Why on birthday? Who's next? Amy is the only one that we haven't finished yet, or even started yet, and then Supersonic.
Yep.
Aim on these nuts.
See, everybody is entitled to one birthday every year, right?
Yeah.
So they're entitled to, depending on the year, 364 or 365 unbirthdays.
Correct.
And if you're born on a leap year, being February 29th, oh my god, I'm sorry. Yeah, I said aim with these nuts.
So have you ever actually looked at the lyrics for Amy's theme song?
I will look it up right now.
One of the verses talks about shaving her body hair.
Oh, jeez.
Chasing bad guys.
What?
Blowing them away.
My Sweet Passion.
Yeah, the lyrics to My Sweet Passion are so weird.
And there's nothing left to do. But shop till I drop. There was always something fun to do.
Follow Me is a better Amy theme. Agreed. Even though it's technically a theme for the entirety of Team Rose, it works better as an Amy theme than it does for, like, you know, the trio of them.
Or anything.
Oh my gosh, I found it.
Yeah.
Found what?
I do understand the feelings of a Persian cat, but the Sphinx looked so cute, I had to shave it.
She's talking about shaving her pussy.
Ouch.
He reminds me of Parsley when he's standing there alone. Makes me want to be his speciality. Oh my god.
Rated E for everyone.
I mean,
There's a reason that when this was re-released, it was given an E10 plus rating for mild lyrics.
The funny thing is, I was a teenager and I made a poem called Cave of Wonder to figure out what it was about.
Yeah.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Man, Sonic Team didn't give a fuck back then. I mean, in this same game, you get constant panty shots from Amy, and I hate that because she's supposed to be 12 in this game.
Uh-oh.
Funny thing is, a lot of people actually like that poem I did back then.
I thought you were going to say a funny thing is a lot of people like 12-year-old Amy panty shots. I'm like,
what? No,
they're entitled to their wrong opinions.
It's not even a wrong opinion. They need to go straight to jail. Do not, even if they pass go, do not collect $200.
Rouge, she's sexy and smooth. There's a video I found, just, the YouTube algorithm doing its rare magic, where it was like a voice three ladies voice acting
I'll do my best to keep
like a meme scenario of Rouge being a Twitch streamer.
Oh, God.
And Cream comes to visit her and asks how to be a Twitch streamer.
Hey, Miss Rouge, can you help me with my bike pump?
Do not mention the bike pump. It gets surprisingly deep. And then Vanilla shows up to pummel Rouge for corrupting Cream. Rouge would definitely sell her bathwater. One of the comments pointed out something that I have to agree with, which is that if Vanilla became a Twitch streamer, then she would be instantly the highest earning on the site.
Yeah. She's the height of an average mother.
Yeah. And also, if Rouge were to open OnlyFans.
Oh, God.
I knew one of you was gonna make that line.
I had to be the one that said it. I just had to. But it's pretty. The bathwater line.
No, the height of an average mother.
Also, vanilla is legal. We know that much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vanilla OnlyFans when Vanilla's too prim and proper to have an OnlyFans. She would be the one person on OnlyFans that uses it for something not sexy.
You know what the funny thing is? Well,
Vanilla would be the only person on OnlyFans who actually makes cooking content on there.
Dude, I actually would subscribe to that, and I not even joking. I would subscribe to that. I like cooking stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Also, Vector would be the one single-handedly keeping her at the top spot.
Come on.
Yeah. Could we also get a Topaz OnlyFans too?
I forgot about Topaz.
And not me, by the way.
I keep forgetting about Topaz because it's been so long since I've seen Sonic X. I have no excuse. Yeah. It's available for free on damn near every platform.
Yeah, I love the dynamic between her and Rouge.
And now thanks to Discotech, we have the Japanese subbed version available legally for the first time, which is a big deal because that means we have the Japanese soundtrack available for the first time, which means during the Sonic Adventure 2 arc, during the final battle against the Bio Lizard with Super Sonic and Super Shadow, we get to hear it play Live and Learn.
Ooh!
I don't know why 4Kids changed that. It sucks.
They never lived and they couldn't learn. I mean, think about it. Why do you think they are basically, non-existent?
I also love my favorite Shadow line, and I think it's only in the Japanese version. Well, it would be in the Japanese version only, due to how heavily censored the 4Kids dub was. Where it's the bartender on Alien Planet asking Shadow about his happiest memories. My happiest memory is when I was dead.
Do you want to know what my favorite line of Sonic information is?
What?
Run as fast as
Whoa there, Shadow! You look a little dehydrated there, buddy.
No. My favorite one is why are you trying to steal my passport? I want to go to Mexico. Why do you want to go to Mexico? Because I just love Latinas, Sonic. Adios, amigo.
I mean, I love Latinas also.
They referenced that in the latest Sonic Twitter takeover. Fine, I'll have some coffee.
Yeah, Dash Cat, I would love for that to happen.
Wait!
I would love for an official couple to exist in Sonic. I know they'll never do it because they don't want to tackle romance in Sonic stories ever again.
Yeah, but Vector would honestly be really cool, really supportive of Vanilla.
By the way, if you want to see an instance of fan art making a terrible relationship more interesting, Triple Q, you know, the remix artist who formerly worked with Siva Gunner, he has a series of fan art on his Twitter where he like draws Elise post Sonic 06 where she's still, you know, lusting after Sonic, but she's become a yandere because of it.
Oh. Yes.
The Twitter takeover actually referenced that my favorite memory is being dead. But the thing I was talking about the Twitter takeover referencing was they referenced the I Love Latinas line by like the latest one. Shadow leaves a note because he can't be there. Real reason being that they were promoting a game that Shadow had nothing to do with because it was in the classic era. You know, Sonic Superstars. But he leaves a note answering a question that he expected to be asked, which is his favorite kind of flower is latanas.
You hit that shit so hard, the whole screen shook.
Yep.
Bruh. Okay, isn't it also canon that the Pico Hammer is, it gets stronger and heavier?
There's not really any lore about the Pico Hammer. The only thing we know from, like, a tie-in media is that Amy's the only one strong enough to, like, lift it one-handed.
Yeah, okay, then I may have misheard some lore, because they,
like, to my knowledge, there's not really any lore about the Pico Hammer, because it wasn't until Sonic Adventure that became her primary weapon. Previously, it had only appeared in Sonic the Fighters, where Amy was treated as, like, a joke character.
I was saying that I'm trying to remember where it was. It might have been Death Battle, which, you know, information there is
information from Death Battle is dubious at best.
Yeah, yep. They were saying that it's over time it's gotten stronger and heavier or something like that.
Okay,
which,
that's more so them trying to power scale something that's not consistent.
Yeah, that maybe Archie lore maybe.
No, it wasn't Archie lore. Because Amy barely did anything in the Archie comics.
Yeah, she's really just there.
She's that, like, she and Rouge didn't have much to do in the Archie comics because they spent so much time focusing on Ken Pender's favorite characters instead of the characters from the games.
Yeah.
It wasn't until Ian Flynn took over and they rebooted the universe with the Super Genesis wave that they got to actually do stuff with the game cast. And by that time, the series was almost over.
Yep.
Okay.
To Twinkle Park.
Welcome to Twinkle Park.
Also, I found something...
if you need some reasons to love Ian Flynn and see that, unlike Ken Penders, he actually really liked Sonic instead of just using it as a platform to write his own terrible stories. Like, he made Honey the Cat a canon character. Someone who was cut from Sonic the Fighters but was left in its data. And, or canon to the Archie series. And, he also made Breezy from as well as, the Super Special Sonic Search and Smash Squad from, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog canon. Like, he made Breezy Breezy the Hedgehog, the, female hedgehog robot that Robotnik built to Lore Sonic, who showed up in a couple episodes, made her a successful businesswoman, and Scratch, Grounder, and Coconuts post Super Genesis Wave are like bouncers at a casino.
I freaking love Scratch and Grounder.
Incompetent bouncers at a casino, I should say.
Well, at least there's that.
Now, calm down.
Oh. Okay, hold on.
What'd you do?
I knocked over my whole camera setup.
Oops.
Oops, I broke it.
If you have your eyes closed, it never happened. Right?
Oops, you broke it.
I gotcha.
He did not break anything. It's not true. It's bullshit. He did not break anything. He did not. Oh, hi, Kier.
Hand me the bird.
Nope.
Quietly.
Okay. I Kier. Like, nope.
Why not?
Yeah, I should get that nope as a soundbite, shouldn't I?
You tell me why you want it.
I'll do it some other time.
Does not compute.
You don't even know? I know you might hurt us both.
So, Gamma doesn't know.
Nope.
Yeah, he was just told to get the bird. He wasn't told why.
He didn't know that the bird is the word?
No, he has not heard that the bird is the word.
Everyone should know that the bird is the word.
I think we need to tell him that the bird is the word.
It was my understanding prior to this,
Love is not part of
prior to being proven wrong,
You were missing
that
something good.
everyone had heard
Hey, Birdie,
that the bird is the
come
word.
here.
You know, every 1 in 12 Americans isn't aware that the bird is the word. I, for one, believe in America where everyone knows that the bird is the word.
I mean, that's a similar statistic to the fact that over 90% of North American opossums are not forklift certified.
It's shocking and it hurts.
I got another unfortunate fact for you guys, or statistic, I should say.
You sure?
Every 60 seconds in Africa, a minute passes.
Duh.
Danger is here.
What do you mean, duh? He is speaking the truth.
Hurry. We'll hit the Mystic Ruins base soon.
No, here is the team. Arikado is speaking the truth.
You're different from the other robots.
And I can make this voice because I'm black.
If you want, we can be friends, okay?
I got a joke for you guys.
Oh no, I am afraid.
Okay, so there's a U2 concert.
No!
And Bono Bono stops the concert, goes dead silent. He claps his hands. He pauses. He claps his hands again. He pauses. He claps his hands again. Eventually, after pausing and clapping his hands, he says, "Listen to this. Every time you hear me clap one of my hands, that's equivalent to people dying of starvation in third world countries." So, someone in the audience shouts out, "Well, stop fucking clapping your hands then!"
No! No! No!
So many no's.
Why do you keep spamming the no?
Is no.
I hate the Hedgehog Hammer minigame. It's entirely luck based on whether you get a good run of hedgehogs to hammer. And a lot of them only pop up for like a split second.
Now, yeah, see, Dash Cut has the right thing to talk about. You want to start clapping cheeks and then
start clapping cheeks.
Well, I mean, I don't know about. I mean, I can see cheeks, Dash Cam, but I don't know about clapping checks.
you clap the cheeks till you clap the checks.
Okay, but what about slapping the bass?
That's kinky.
Slapping the bass, man.
I should not say kinky that way because I think it sounds like I'm saying kinky, which is an actual food in Africa.
Okay, we got the warrior feather. Now, for inexplicable reasons, we cannot get our second upgrade, which we also get from Hedgehog Hammer, until after the egg carrier is crashed. We can beat the high score that gets us it, but it won't reward it until after this whole part of the story's over.
I know why. It's a glitch.
I mean,
glitches because of the crash.
But yeah, we got the warrior feather, which, thanks to it, we can spin!
Baby, really rip. And there we go, I got you.
Spin!
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
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 Uno reverse.
You.
You
shall not pass.
You know, I've actually never heard Crank That. I've only heard a YouTube poop version of it.
I've heard that song. I hated that song. I don't like Soulja Boy.
I mean, Soulja Boy makes it very easy to dislike him.
Like, I disliked him before he did the Soulja Council stuff.
Hold on to the handle.
Like, one of the things that really made me not like him was like, remember Boys and Girls, Soulja Boys got straight A's in class. Like, no, you didn't. You were lying so hard through your teeth. We need to get the bounce in here.
Okay, so here's another thing you guys need to hear me out on.
No.
Amy's gameplay involves you being persistently chased by an unkillable, unstoppable enemy who is out to either capture and or kill you, right?
Right.
Oh.
What I'm saying is Resident Evil 3 ripped this off.
Nice going, Cloud. Good timing.
Yeah, Resident Evil 3's Nemesis idea was stolen from Sonic Adventure. That's what I'm going with. And if you disagree with me, you are entitled to your wrong opinion.
I had to do the crickets. I had to. But I actually jumped. What the hell?
Yeah, this game's got some good jump scares in it for, you know, not a horror game.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is actually in this level. Towards the end.
Excuse me. But yeah, I think it's because I'm not playing it. That's what got me. That's the first time this ever made me jump, you know?
Yeah.
I love how this song starts. It's
Final Egg has some of the best music in the game as far as stages go. Then again, Sonic Adventure soundtrack is nothing but bangers.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, stop putting Jun Senoue in charge of, like, classic series games soundtracks. Let him work on 3D game soundtracks with real instruments instead of Genesis-style synths. The man has proven that he cannot compose for those, but he's a god at composing for actual instruments.
Yeah.
Nope. No disrespect to, I believe his name's Tomoyo Otani, who did the soundtrack for Frontiers. Excellent soundtrack. I feel like they should work together.
Oh, that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Like, it's wild that Jun Senoue has simultaneously given us some of the best songs in video game history and some of the worst. And
Yeah,
it all depends on what instruments he's allowed to work with.
You know, it kind of reminds me of, I haven't really played enough of this game, but some of my favorite composers joined forces, actually, being Koji Kondo
and
excuse me. Dude, I need to mute for a moment.
Move the handle and the lips should move.
Jun can still do classic melodies, just not instrumental. Like, he's good at writing, like, his compositions aren't necessarily bad. It's when he puts them, it's when he has to actually, like, make them using classic Genesis style synths that he just, without fail, chooses the worst synths possible for them.
But yeah, it was Koji Kondo and Nobuo Uematsu.
This room is where it has my favorite jump scare.
Oh, I remember now, yeah. I remember this one now.
Saw it coming.
Well, yeah, because I told you it was coming.
No,
He made it not spooky for you.
Even if you didn't tell me beforehand,
well, you're also acting like I'm saying like this is a god tier jump scare for horror games. This is a kids game, my dude.
I don't.
Expecting good
I'm aware of this. I'm just saying, it's like, you know, I could see it coming. I'm pretty sure a kid could see it coming too.
Also, Otani has been the main composer since 06. That's right. I was just giving an example off the top of my head. Otani's done a lot of great compositions. Like between Otani and Jun, like they're like co-responsible for the mantra of, like, even if a Sonic game is bad, it usually has an awesome soundtrack. With Forces being the exception, I would say. As far as the 3D games go. Because, by God, does that game have some awful music and some forgettable music, with the only songs that really stick in my mind being Fist Bump due to memes, and Infinite's theme also due to memes.
Well, I can't remember the third composer for, I can't remember the name of this game, but I remember it was on PlayStation. And it had like a Legend of Zelda like type vibe.
That could be a lot of things.
Yeah, well, it would be a game with those three. It was two of those actually.
Like, my problem with the Forces soundtrack is mostly with the classic Sonic songs. Those are just like some of the worst I've heard as far as official Sonic soundtracks go in the modern era. The Avatar and like main Sonic songs I find to be forgettable. Not bad, but like nothing standout. Like, I'm harsh on Force's soundtrack because usually the soundtracks are amazing, and this one was just okay. Now, if you want to talk about dog shit Sonic soundtrack, I know it's fun to dunk on Sonic Boom, but by God, does that have some of the most generic sounding music I've ever heard in a Sonic game.
What's this place?
Oh shit!
What?
I was trying to find the game, but I found out Nobuo Uematsu worked on Hyperdimension and Leptunia Victory.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Keiji Inafune also had a cameo as a special weapon in one of the Neptunio games. Like, you can get him as a sword.
Ooh.
Like, it's like a hilt with Keiji Inafune's body sticking out of it.
Oh,
And you can also get him as a summon where, like, his face appears from the sky and he just shoots a mouth laser out that annihilates the enemies.
I'm a firing laser.
Yes, it's straight up just that, but with Keiji Inafune, which, given how much of a tool he's turned out to be, it seems pretty fitting that his cameos would be so self-indulgent.
Oh, so I was wrong about Koji Kendo being in this game. It's called Oceanhorn, Monster of Uncharted Seas. The name that I was thinking about was Kenji Ito.
Kenji
in Kali. Yeah, I'll look it up real quick. And also,
that name sounds familiar.
I will look
no,
it up.
I'm thinking Junji Ito.
Yeah. So he's also works on many of the Final Fantasy games, Secret of Mana, the Saga Frontier games as well, Shadow Heart.
You're safe with me.
Mabinagi? Oh shit! And Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Adventure Team. So there's some good stuff here. Oh.
Okay, but what do you think about the fact that, I hate I'm forgetting her name, Yoko Shimomura, mostly known as the composer for the entire Kingdom Hearts series, also did the music for Street Fighter 2.
Yo! Yo, like... So, I think they both worked under,
What was that?
Uematsu, right?
Maybe at some points in their careers, because Yoko Shimomura was not, like, primarily a Square composer for a while. It wasn't until, like, around Kingdom Hearts that she started primarily doing music for Squaresoft games. But she had worked on Square properties before. Like, she also did the soundtrack to Super Mario RPG. Ooh. And she also reorchestrated the soundtrack for the remake.
Where do you think you're going, Amy? You can't get away this.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up later during my my own time, because now I'm curious about some stuff, you know.
Her Final Fantasy 15 isn't as good as her Kingdom Hearts work, but still great. Well, Final Fantasy 15 just isn't as good as Final Fantasy usually is in general. Like, I say this as someone that's not like a hardcore Final Fantasy fan, but still respects it. Like, I'm just now starting to get into the series through some of the modern re-releases. 15 is shit.
15 had so much potential, but it is.
Like, I can appreciate what 15 was trying to do, but by God, did it botch the execution.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to get into it. You already know my thoughts on it. I played it before.
I could make an entire call-out post on my Twitter.com about how the entire central relationship between Noctis and Lunafreya is objectively terrible because we don't get to see them interact outside of flashbacks where she's just reading exposition about the world to him. We don't know what they feel about each other until after she dies.
That's one of
Yeah. Not only that, the whole fact that Gladio is kind of an asshole after, like, what was it, the Water City? It's like, bro, you were one of my favorite characters.
The fact that they hyped it up as a big open explorable world, and for half the game you're just railroaded down a single path.
I guess I'll let him go.
Like, it's only open world exploration for part of the game. The rest of the game is linear as fuck.
Yay, carriers losing out.
16 really disappointed you? I can understand 16 being divisive because it's barely an RPG.
What about
I don't have a PS5.
It's got some RPG mechanics, but it's mostly a Devil May Cry game with equipable armor.
Another thing about Final Fantasy 15 that many people do not realize, but as you play the game, what the hell, Gamma? Calm down.
He's like, pay attention to me.
Why are you?
Calm down.
your favor?
This is the only attention I have gotten from a female. Gamma, calm down. She's 12. You're going to get canceled.
Too late.
Until we meet again, Mr. Robot, take care of yourself.
Gamma is over party is trending. With 15 million tweets, Jesus Christ. But the longer you
it's a
play
really
the
good
game,
DMC clone, but man, it's barely an RPG. Yeah, it's got a good story, it's got good characters, it's got good gameplay, but it is not an RPG. It's weird for it to be a mainline Final Fantasy game instead of a spin-off. I can see that being a very valid complaint. That it's it's good gameplay wise. It's very solid, fundamentally sound, good characters, good story, great soundtrack, great graphics, great performance. But it doesn't. It barely has any RPG mechanics in a Final Fantasy game.
They could have just called it Devil Fantasy as a joke. You know, Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy.
Also too easy. It's so easy to get like. I'm playing on normal mode, so granted that might be part of my difficulty problem, but
I wonder what Sonic.
I've never really felt challenged by Final Fantasy 16, and you only get more powerful as the game goes on. Like, it takes you a while to unlock this game's equivalent of Devil Trigger, but by the time you get it, you're basically unstoppable.
No wonder they were.
It's like, oh, now I have a dedicated button that lets me turn into Ifrit. Okay.
Hey, a peasant.
It's kind of my thoughts on original release, Kingdom Hearts 3. But yeah, Final Fantasy 15. The more you play the game, the longer the nights get as you progress through the story. Sounds very interesting lore-wise, but actually very annoying when you're actually playing the game in practice.
I bet he does. So I'll help you find your.
Also, levels don't mean a thing.
I may as well.
Hey Shiba, you showed up. You missed out on some of the sussier conversations, but I'm sure some will pop up eventually.
So what do you say we check it out?
So, Shiva, Ari gave me some information. Well, gave us all information about Amy's theme song.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to hear some of the lyrics? Because I got them up right here.
My controller turned off. Because that cutscene was going on for so long.
No, the controller turned off because it was like the lyrics are sussy. Okay.
Well, I'm using a wireless Dreamcast controller. And it has an auto sleep function.
No, it didn't want me to say what the lyrics were. I do understand the feelings of a Persian cat, but the Sphinx looked so cute I had to shave it.
Didn't we talk about robot incest at some point? What didn't we talk about during this stream?
We talked about vanilla. We talked about Topaz.
Sheba. There's a line in Amy's theme song from Sonic Adventure 1 where she talks about well, it wouldn't be manscaping, but
ladyscaping.
There you go.
I don't know if that's the correct term.
Rue selling her bathwater. Yeah, we talked about that. Vanilla opening an OnlyFans and being the only person on OnlyFans who posts non-sussy content.
I would honestly subscribe to that because I love cooking. Victor single-handedly basically like keeping her in the top %.
He creates a whole bunch of sock puppet accounts to subscribe to her at her highest tier, so she's in like the top 0.1%.
You know what the funny thing is, thinking about it? It would honestly be hilarious.
And that's the reason why Team Chaotix is always late on rent. What's the sound Amy is making?
Grunts.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. Best we don't ask.
Oh, I went the wrong way. I get these doors confused all the time. Oh well, I can just exit.
Wah.
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 Man, see?
Yeah, see? Yeah. Well, I heard there was...
Jesus Christ, we're bringing back the Frigimon.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I heard there was a secret why. A favorite why did it please the why? Like you don't really care for music. The why. It goes like this. The why, the mouth. And the major why. The powerful kingdom forcing Waluigi. Waluigi.
Speed! Spin!
No, you.
All right, we got our other upgrade, the long hammer.
Need to go for some watermelon.
Here's the long hammer. Your attack radius is now increased.
Good.
Yes!
Also,
watermelon!
In another example of this game having fantastic sound design, I love the sound that the long hammer makes when you hit stuff with it. Listen. It goes from, like, you know, toy Pico Pico sound to just wham!
Yeah, it sounds like... Honestly, what that reminds me of, it sounds like a balloon popping.
It goes from, like, you know, a toy sound, which the Pico Pico hammer is supposed to be a toy.
Yeah. Right.
To, like, gunshot.
Yes, that's what it is.
I was gonna say hitting someone in the head with 2 metal garbage cans.
Do you know what that sounds like from experience?
I've done it to someone. If anyone needs to know the context, it was someone was bullying a friend. That was the contact.
A toy that shit is a national threat. Here's the thing: anything can be a national threat in the hands of Amy.
Spoons.
And
sports.
that's without mentioning that Cream the Rabbit is equipped with a weapon of mass destruction.
Don't forget, Cream the Rabbit is not afraid of you.
If you've played Sonic Advance 2, you know how powerful cheese is.
Headed for Station Square.
Yeah, another thing too is, remember, Cream is not afraid of you.
She's not afraid of Death Adder, the most feared warrior in the Golden Axe world.
You should be.
And yet, here we are.
Here. And
she's got
out of nowhere.
She's got a nerf in recent years, though. Okay, but Cheese hasn't been in anything in recent years, and neither has Cream.
Yeah. And also, if they had to
Dream
nerf...
Team is the first time that Michelle Ruff has been in the booth to record new audio for Cream in over 10 years. Think about that.
All right, Arikado with the speedrun tactics.
I always love to run over the top of the trees. It's just so much quicker. Wait, I thought that was a new VA. No, it's still. I think it's still Michelle Ruff. I'm not sure. Let me check. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a new VA.
You know, it'd be really good right about now.
What?
Steak.
I mean, steak's good almost any time.
I think
Nope,
you're
that's
gonna
still
work for
Michelle
it.
Ruff.
Like, explicitly at this moment.
It's, yeah, her voice is squeaky in Dream Team because she hasn't done the voice since Generations. She's out of practice.
Remember this bridge?
And she only had one or two lines in Generations.
Seriously suspicious.
Like, ever since she's taken over the role, she's had nothing to do.
She had 3 lines. Actually, no, 4 lines. 4 lines. And it was Happy Birthday, Sonic. And was it You Can Do It, Sonic? I mean, the other 2. Another one. Besides, you know, the
well, Silver God
which
VA
Sonic.
changes. Silver God, his voice actor changed due to controversy going on around Quentin Flynn at the time. And, the initial reason for replacing Travis Willingham with Dave Mitchell was because Travis was off on paternity leave because he and Laura Bailey had just had their first child. That's also why in Team Sonic Racing, all of Laura Bailey's characters had been replaced.
that slide whistle.
Not you again!
That slide whistle, when you think about it, kind of feels like a wet fart.
Please don't elaborate.
I'm not. I don't think it needs elaboration.
It better not.
Then they just kept my guess is Travis is just not interested in playing the role anymore or something like that. We'll probably never know because usually voice actors aren't allowed to talk about reasons why they were replaced or why they stopped playing a role unless it's like an entire voice cast change. Like one of the few things we do know is that Mike Pollock wasn't always set to reprise his role as Eggman after the 4Kids era was over. The only reason that he did come back as Eggman was because his agent let him know that they were holding auditions for a new Eggman, and he went all the way to California from New York to re-audition for the role. Because, like, the common thing that we've heard from the 4Kids voice actors was that they were not told that they were being replaced. Mans is committed, yeah, because Eggman's one of his favorite roles he's ever done. He loves playing comedic villains. And Eggman is one of the best instances he's gotten to do that.
Let me ask you this. What do you feel is your all-time favorite comedic villain?
I mean, apart from Eggman, apart from any version of Eggman, I should say. Because obviously my answer would be Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Dr. Nefarious. I haven't played,
Yes!
I haven't played much of Ratchet and Clank, so I haven't gotten to him yet.
Oh, you'll love him. He is like every Ratchet and Clank fan would say that's probably the best character to ever come out the franchise.
Also, fun fact, same voice actor as Mr. Harriman.
Oh.
From Foster's. That's also why they had to replace his voice for Rift Apart, because Tom Kane unfortunately suffered from a stroke that impacted his ability to speak.
That was a close one.
He also voiced Yoda in the Clone Wars.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sign of your relatives, Birdie.
Let's see. Yeah, for me, my two personal the top two, because I can never just pick one. But first one has to be Doofenshmirtz because of because of the memes and everything.
Yeah, I love Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
And then the second one has to be the hacker to you.
From Cyber Chase?
Yep.
Let's see. I'm still thinking of mine. I want to say Cortex from the later entries of Crash, like Crash 4 especially.
Ooh, yeah.
But I feel like that's not a very solid choice because he's not played as a comedic villain for the original trilogy, or at least the comedic aspects of him aren't played up that much. You know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to pull a Billy Mitchell and cheat. I'm going with Dragon Ball Z Abridged Perfect Cell. No, Imperfect Cell. Dragon Ball Z Abridged Imperfect Cell. There you go.
Booby Bob.
No, that's Semi-Perfect Cell. I'm talking about, why don't I answer your question with another question? And that is, wanna see me drink this guy?
Yeah. What kind of fucking grunt?
Right, Twin Sanity has some underrated writing. Like, it's definitely got one of the weaker stories in terms of Crash plots, due to the fact that it's very obviously unfinished. They even acknowledge it in-game that the story's unfinished. But the dialogue in that game is just so good. And the comedy in that game is so good. It doesn't go like full brain-dead random humor like the Radical Entertainment games could at times, but it's got that kind of Looney Tunes slapstick element to it. I really like it.
Cortex, I see that line as Dr. Smurf.
Cortex in the scene where Cortex is in a Mexican standoff with all the penguins that are holding him up for money because Wrath of Cortex didn't sell as well as they'd hoped, and they're about to launch their rockets at me. He just pulls out fish. He's like, "Fish?
Oh no! Are you okay?
You know, hilarious.
An underrated one that a lot of people miss when they're during the snowboarding sequence where they crash through the strip club. He's like, "Oh, sorry. Excuse me, madam. Are those real? Mother?"
I knew that last line. But imagine, okay, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, right? Cortex and Dr. Nefarious.
I got another underrated Cortex line that flies under the radar because it's pretty subtly written for an adult joke in a kid's game. From the normal ending of Crash Bandicoot Warped. Defeated again! Maybe I should retire to a nice big beach with a nice big drink and a woman with nice big bags of ice for my head.
I could go for some ice. Yes, I'm an ice drinker.
Of the part where he keeps going until he suddenly has a gun and kills the penguin. Exactly. That's great. That's comedy gold.
Hey, here. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze is another good one. You're like, objectively not a good version of Mr. Freeze. Especially for the 90s, but such an entertaining performance.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's just get all these comic relief doctors in one room together, right?
I'm a villain. What did you expect?
See, I can do this.
I've been doing Cortex impressions ever since I was a kid. He's who I modeled my evil laugh after. Specifically, Clancy Brown's Cortex laugh.
Yeah.
I like that scene with the farmer where it plays out like, specifically it plays out like a Jack and Daxter side quest, where it's like it's time for the yearly harvest, but unfortunately my orchard is filled with greedy worms. If you can get rid of them, I'll give you this power crystal in return. Then Cortex just shoots him and takes the crystal. I'm a villain. What did you expect?
I'm actually wondering something now.
What?
With all these villains we're mentioning, right? What would happen if Perry the Platypus came up in there?
A platypus?
Yeah,
Who's that? I don't know. I only work with bandicoots.
Perry the Platypus is my arch nemesis.
Peace again.
What Patty, did you hear? These are the doctors.
He'd fuck their shit in. Exactly.
You know, here's the thing. I don't think it would actually be a fight. I think it would be a good, like... They would probably bond with Perry the Platypus because
No. Here's what they would do. They would all try to take him out, and they would end up taking each other out instead.
You try my best too.
Or even funnier, like we can actually go with
because they all want the glory of conquering. So they end up turning on each other. Perry doesn't have to lift a finger.
Or we can also go with the plot line where Dr. Doofusmirk was able to capture Perry the Platypus, and Perry the Platypus helped him with the decorations stuff for his daughter's birthday.
Oh boy, time for Amy's theme. Like taking each other out like an orgy? No.
Oh God, no.
No, this is not lemonparty.org. You're welcome for that reminder, by the way.
I got up my map and it shows someplace I wanted to go. That's a must-have.
Some stuff. Set out for adventure.
Know that you're lucky. Is that cool shade? Painting myself for you. Easy to understand. I just do whatever comes to me.
She's 12, you sick fuck.
I want the song. Tell that to them.
The line.
Tell that to them.
Why am I constantly getting head pats? Because the head pat redeem is broken. Every time I fix it, it breaks again.
Yep.
Oops, you broke it.
Next line is a little sussy also.
I mean, if you want to talk about sussy, there was someone going around on Twitter the other day impersonating Ian Flynn, and like responding with Ian Flynn's trademark hashtag knowing smile to certain tweets where Ian Flynn like unofficial. Oh yeah, favorite theme song. Hi, Scara. But
right here.
It was an like anytime someone asks Ian Flynn about like something that he's not allowed to comment on, but he's low-key confirming it, he replies with hashtag knowing smile. There was someone impersonating Ian Flynn going around like yesterday or the day before, and they were responding to someone that said, wouldn't it be great if wouldn't it be great if in Sonic Movie 3 they had Rouge the Bad in there? And, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Scarab. I'm glad to hear it's getting better. But it ended up being kind of funny because it was like, the person was like, wouldn't it be great if in Sonic 3 they had Rouge the Bat and her heart plate fell off and it showed her boobs and her boobs were really big and it showed her nipples and her nipples were pierced? And the impersonator responded with hashtag knowing smile.
Oh, jeez.
So, all I gotta say is this.
I thought you were going to reply with no.
I mean, I could also reply with this.
Great grandma, you always know just what to say. Christmas.
It's not Christmas.
Yeah, but Ari dared me to keep that on my
I didn't dare you. I just said you should.
And I still got it. I'm gonna keep it all the way until next Christmas.
God, what a movie. I hesitate to call it a movie. Like, what's even better is that they had plans to make a franchise out of it.
Oh no.
Oh.
Like, it ends with a sequel hook for an Easter movie. What's even better is, you know how Mark Hamill said he doesn't remember recording anything for that?
Yeah.
They made another animated short film called Dinosaur Island, and Mark Hamill's in that too.
Ah, jeez.
Okay.
So they got him in two different projects, and he doesn't remember either of them.
So I'm guessing he was super high when he was recording.
Fuck. Can't believe it. Why
What?
the fuck would they do this? I was just checking my email. Apparently, the electric company apparently is doing a planned power outage at my address. But the
Why
day
would they
before
plan to turn off the power?
That's what I don't get. That's like it's stupid too, because like here's the time plan that they've got it for. From 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Like all fucking day.
Excuse me, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Are they doing construction?
I have no fucking clue.
I could like I had my water shut off recently because they were doing construction, but I've never heard of shutting off your power because they're doing construction.
Yeah,
unless they're changing like cores and stuff. But that means that would be like the whole block or something. But at the same time, it's like you gonna have to compensate people's like freezer.
Yep.
Well, you would think they would, but they're not going to.
Yeah, no, this is the city of Chicago, dude. They don't give a shit about us.
That's actually lawsuit.
The only thing they give a shit about is Da Bears.
Yep.
And RC Cola.
Yep.
And casserole.
Dude. Tell them you have to compensate any loss of my freezer, or I will tell the entire world that the Bears are not the greatest team ever. RC Cola's underrated. What was the other one you said?
Oh,
I said casserole as a reference to deep dish pizza.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Time to enter chaos 3 times. 6 times, actually. Remember, there's 2 phases.
Yeah, it says we'll be working in your area on 2024-02-13 from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. For the safety of you and our crews, we will need to temporarily turn off your electric service during this time.
Well, at the very least, they gave you a week's notice.
Yeah.
They didn't even tell us that they were shutting off our water.
Here's the thing. Under normal circumstances, I would never have gotten this information. And you wanna know why?
Chicago?
It's not that. I personally would not have gotten the information firsthand. Because the email address that is attached to the account belongs to my late father. They sent it to him. And my mom's the only one who has access to that. She just apparently was clearing out emails, saw that, and told me.
Have something to do with what's happening.
What pisses me off the most about it is the fact that, you know, I'll be at, you know, I have school on that day. That's one thing, but that's not the issue. The issue is that by the time I come home, it'll still be like, you know, no power or anything like that.
This is terrible. Chaos
is what?
I'm gonna make sure that I have a lot of my electronics charged and ready for that.
What is chaos? A pervert!
A miserable little pile of secrets!
Enough of this. How about you? Oh no. We're bringing back the oh no's!
Okay, but
Eggman learned his
I have to ask this over and over again. What do you think of Sonic with flesh-colored eyelids like he has in this and the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure 2?
Hey there, Tails! Did you find the tornado too?
Doesn't actually bother me.
Get up and follow me. Angel Island is falling again.
Hey, no way!
Oh no.
Who blew it this time?
Oh, I don't know, but we better hurry!
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Hi, Billy Mays here. We did not order a pie. Fun fact, you can soft lock the game at this point.
No.
You have to go out of your way to soft lock your entire save file at this point, but it's possible. If you did not get the crystal ring as Sonic,
We did not order a pie.
there we go. If you didn't get the crystal ring, you can take the train back to Station Square, grab the crystal ring. It'll save your progress as a checkpoint, which it's normally not supposed to do during Supersonic Story. And then you can quit, reload the game, and since it's reloading a checkpoint, the code tells it to call up a recap of the story up to that point, like it does in every other story when you quit and return to the same story. But since Supersonic's not supposed to have checkpoints in it, the game crashes every time you try to continue the story.
Huh.
And it's like this in every version of Sonic Adventure. It's never been fixed.
You would think they would.
I mean, you would think they would, but every subsequent version of Sonic Adventure introduces more bugs.
Also, quick question. Have you guys been getting that Steam glitch where if someone plays a game, like 2 alerts will pop up?
No.
I wouldn't even know what that is because I don't play on Steam right now.
He's not a PC gamer.
Yeah, no, I'm more console than PC.
That's gonna change soon. Watch.
Sorry.
No, I know it'll change. I do want to try to get into the PC game.
Well, I'm just teasing because like there's really no reason for a PS5 or an Xbox. It's the time around.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with them upgrading the price and all that.
Oh, he's sleeping.
Eggman, wait up!
Eggman's angry.
Sonic.
Eggman, wait up!
Try furious.
The fearsome beast. If he gets that last Chaos Emerald, we're done for.
No need to explain. We'll get on it. Tails?
Right.
What?
What?
Oh, jeez.
I love how his eyes bugged out there for a second.
They've been bugging out like the entire time he's been talking.
No, I mean like his eyes were going in two separate directions at one point.
Oh, that.
Because he was Dazi.
This place.
Also, when he comes back to the present after this scene's over, it's implied that every time one of these characters is sent to the past, they're not physically sent there, they're spiritually sent there, while their body is just left standing there dead, like, dead-eyed.
Get out of my way!
You don't like the Knuckles VA in Adventure? My, you know, apart from some of the more recent voice actors, I think one of the best VAs that Knuckles has had is the one from Adventure 2 and Heroes. I feel like that really nails the kind of like, kind of laid-back personality that Knuckles usually has. Laid back, but also kind of gruff and prideful.
I like how basically he basically is telling his people to hurt his daughter. Also, the out of my way thing made me think of Kingdom Hearts 2.
You know what else will make you think of Kingdom Hearts 2? Dance, Water, dance!
Fuck off.
I'm not wrong with chaos.
Ah, you you lovely liver bastard. Don't bring up that's what they're done.
I'll say fuck.
Aye.
Oh, it's a monster! No!
So you want to know why they decided to make Chaos a water monster of all things? It's because one of the key points they wanted to do for Sonic Adventure was for it to be a showcase for what the Dreamcast is capable of graphically. So they wanted their main monster that's working with Eggman for this game to be something that could not be pulled off on previous consoles. So a shape-shifting monster made of a translucent liquid.
But I wasn't in Sonic Adventure.
The 7 Emeralds.
Are you sure? Well, yeah, he's blue. You're yellow.
The controller serves to unify the chaos.
I agree. I like Dan Green traversing Dave, but something off about their voices. I feel like it's down to a lot of it's down to either direction or the way they were written at the time.
Please, you must stop him.
I'll be right back.
Like Dan Green's Knuckles just sounds perpetually angry. Travis Willingham's Knuckles sounds he plays up the cockiness a bit too much without sounding like, but he's also played up as like a buffoon in terms of the writing, because the writing from that era was dog shit.
I was on a snooze cruise, I guess.
And Dave's still a little bit too new for me to have a solid opinion on.
You just sort of conked
Like,
out
not
there.
just new as a voice of Knuckles, but new as a voice actor in general. Before Team Sonic Racing, he didn't really have many credits to his name.
Lead the way.
It should still be on board the Tornado too.
So in
One thing I will say, best Tails voice we've ever had is probably Colleen.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't. I like the Bringus brothers from the adventure games. In the context of like cheesy 90s voice acting, but objectively they're not good performances because they were just little kids at the time. They shouldn't be voice acting this much serious dialogue.
So when it comes to Knuckles, Travis is one of my favorites, but and just hear me out, okay? I know it's not the video game, but Idris Elba.
Oh yeah, Idris Elba. He's not a traditional portrayal of Knuckles, but he works for that Knuckles.
Yes.
Like, that's my take on the movie versions of the characters. They're not the traditional game-accurate portrayals of the characters, but their voices work for how those characters are written.
Yeah, and I enjoy his Knuckles. Who says I need your power? He just punches him.
Look, it's the Tornado too.
Yeah, so let's get the Chaos Emerald.
Colleen is so good. Yeah, I want to meet Colleen O'Shaughnessy, not just because of her Tails voice, but because she also voiced Sora from Digimon.
No, he's got the last.
So I want to like get her to act out a conversation between Sora and Tails.
You know, it'd be really cute too.
She's also shown that she's willing to work with fans for like shit posts when it comes to her Tails voice. Because Kaiser Neko posted a edit of something that Colleen recorded, which was like a Tails version of the Combustible Lemons rant from Portal.
I just thought of something interesting, like something I
She's
know
also
she
in
would
South
love.
Park. That's right. I can't remember who she plays in South Park. I think it's Cartman's mom, right? Or maybe Stan's mom.
I think Stan's mom.
I know that Kyle's mom is played by why am I forgetting her name? She voiced Musashi from Great Prince of Musashi and Izzy from Digimon. And Lusamon from Frontier.
Okay, Karen McCormick and the new kid's mom.
Okay, so that
The
would be
poor kid.
Kenny's mom. Karen McCormick is Kenny's. No, Karen McCormick is Kenny's mom.
Karen McCormick is the youngest member of the McCormick family. She's not the mom.
So
She's the
okay,
sister.
so the sister that almost never shows up. Okay.
Yeah.
Mona Marshall, that's her name. Mona Marshall.
But you know what I think she would really enjoy? If someone were to make like a little Tails doll with Sora's outfit.
Yeah.
And the back.
I think that would welcome back. I think that would be like really wholesome to give as a gift, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to just do a quick German lesson because I'm on a streak of 55 days in a row.
That monster.
Jesus Christ.
Eggman.
So you're saying you're brainstorming it?
Looks like he's after Chaos too.
This egg carrier tool was made because something like this could happen. You have defied.
I love Chaos redesign in Generations. Yeah, I love Chaos's redesign in Perfect Chaos's redesign in Generations.
Oh,
apparently that redesign is actually what the like Perfect Chaos design was supposed to look like in Adventure, but as it turns out, the Dreamcast wasn't powerful enough to pull that off.
Close enough.
I like it. I like how he's rendered in Forces. Problem is, he only appears in pre-rendered cutscenes, so he has no in-game model.
I've had enough. Who do you think you
We really should have had a Chaos 1 battle, because that would...
Oh.
I mean, a Chaos 1 battle would be interesting because it's one of the two forms we don't get to fight.
The one.
Yes.
Sealed Chaos.
The other being, well, actually one of three forms that we don't get to fight, but one that we only get to see and not fight. The other two, we don't get to see Chaos 3 and we don't get to see Chaos 5.
My heart has
Yeah, like give us I'm not asking for much. A Chaos 1 fight would be fun, you know?
with anger and sadness.
Yeah, they reuse all that technology they made in Forces and Frontiers. Yeah, because Forces was made on a brand new version of the Hedgehog engine, but due to them, like, Forces was, from what I can tell, its development was really mismanaged on Sega's part, because they mandated that it had to be out for, like, an arbitrary anniversary year. Surprise, surprise.
He's absorbed the emerald.
So
He must be sealed.
they were developing a new engine, and that left them with only less than a year to actually make the game.
It won't change how he feels inside, will it?
When the entire point of remaking the engine in the first place was to make it so they could have graphics and performance that are on par between pre-rendered cutscenes and in-game engine stuff. But due to not having the time they needed to actually make the game good, which I don't think Forces ever could have been good with the way that it was planned.
Here, take this.
But, like, ideally, they would have had everything pre-rendered.
Hey guys,
Not
what's
pre-rendered, in-engine. But what they ended up having to do was the only in-engine cutscenes are the ones where your avatar appears. Everything else is pre-rendered.
You should be able to harness their real
Which is why Chaos
power.
doesn't have an in-game model.
much as
He
I
never
hate to
appears
admit
in the
it,
same
I
shot
think Tails
as the
is right
avatar.
about this.
So there's no reason to have an in-game model for it.
Sonic! Yeah, Sonic!
You can do it, Sonic.
That's also why if you look at the big like epic battle scene at the end where the Resistance is fighting against all the illusion duplicates, a lot of them are A posing.
Awesome power.
Ain't T-posing.
Was Knuckles T-posing? Probably.
No.
There's also a glitch that can happen in this cutscene that Some Call Me Johnny showed off, and I finally figured out how to trigger it. You have to get to this point without a memory card plugged in. And if you do, then Big's textures will be corrupted when he first shows up. He'll load with Amy's textures, so they're incorrectly aligned and it makes them look fucked up.
I need to rewatch that.
By the way, Open Your Heart, underrated Sonic Final Boss theme. Everyone goes off about Live and Learn, rightfully so, but Open Your Heart is a fucking bop.
Oh hell yeah!
It also, in my opinion, has a more impressive guitar work from Jun Sonoe. Like, Live and Learn's a lot more simple in its guitar melody, whereas this one's got some really complex patterns to it. It also has a better solo, in my opinion.
Who's gonna help it us?
Also, apparently Crush 40 weren't always going to be the ones to perform this song, because there is a Japanese promo performance you can see of this by, like, a Japanese band performing this song.
The Japanese band is actually quite decent, too.
Yeah, pretty good English for, you know, non-native English speaking band. I will say this is probably my least favorite of the Supersonic fights in the Adventure era, just because it's a little bit funky in its design.
And if you don't get enough speed, you gotta redo it again. It's just like the first time I ever played this Perfect Chaos, right?
Glad they got Crush 40 though. Like a lot of, it's a weird thing that they don't use Crush 40 for anything anymore, because Crush 40 was founded just to make soundtracks for Sega games. Their very first songs were for one of Sega's racing games in the arcade. Sorry, there aren't any good fights in the adventure fights. I disagree. Sonic 06's final boss fight is pretty good.
And I guess that we get this.
Yeah, we go away from the killer butt rock song to, like, granted, a good orchestral piece, but it doesn't quite match the energy. That's why one of my favorite
with this.
That's why one of my go-to mods for PC playthroughs of Sonic Adventure is one that swaps the two songs around. So Open Your Heart plays in the final part of the fight instead of at the beginning.
I agree. I think everyone unanimously agrees it should have been swapped.
Also, at least none of the final boss fights in the adventure games are as objectively terrible as the Time Eater in Sonic Generations.
If you think about it, the fact you're visually charging through Chaos's mind, you're mind fucking him.
I mean, literally, that's what you're doing, because the reason Chaos turns good is that Supersonic neutralized the hatred in his heart.
Yep. Hey, he did it with the power of chicken nuggies.
Remember, Chaos only harnessed the negative energy of the Chaos Emeralds, which means that he's being a negative Neo. Or the same as each other, like Colors, Lost World, or Forces. Yeah. That whole era had some dog shit final boss fights. Like, Color's final boss fight is good. It's not good enough to be reused in almost every game after it.
What about Color's Ultimate?
No. Color's Ultimate is just bad. Color's Ultimate takes an already mid-game and makes it worse.
Yay, we're back to the good song. I mean, that song is good, but you know what I mean.
And yes, I'm not on the Colors was never good hate train that's like revisionist history, because I always thought Colors was just okay. I didn't get the hype behind like people praising Colors as the first good 3D Sonic game in a long time, or the first good 3D Sonic game ever. I'm like, first of all, it's barely 3D, and second of all, I've played better 3D Sonic games before and after Colors. It's got some of the most boring level design. Like, yeah, it's got cool environments, but the actual level layouts are so boring.
Like, I even never played Color, so I have really no opinion of it.
Like,
the only thing
what you need to know about Color's level design philosophy is that since it was a Nintendo Wii exclusive, they wanted it to be playable with the bare minimum amounts of controls. So you could play it with just the Wii remote on its side, with just the D-pad and 2 buttons.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, my main issue with Colors, right? As how they basically start throwing in the Wisp in everything. Like,
well,
I don't like the Wisp.
That's not a problem with Colors. That's a problem with later
Colors.
Games. Colors was the game that introduced them, but they're not intrusive in Colors. They're organically laid out into the level design. Whereas in stuff like Lost World, they exist as boring alternatives to skip the levels.
Or in Sonic Forces, they're there for power-ups. Like,
they're there for power-ups that are literally never needed, because you can only have one kind of Wisp at a time, depending on which Wisp-on you have equipped. They designed every level to be beatable without the Wisps, which means there's no reason to use the Wisps in Forces.
Unless you're speedrunning, but that's it. It's even then. You beat.
It has the best level Colors has some of the best level concepts in the series, but the actual level layouts are dull because they're made from pre-made chunks as well. Like, not only are they really simplistic due to, you know, wanting it to be able to be played with just an 8-directional D-pad, but they're made out of pre-made chunks, and you see a lot of those pre-made chunks repeated throughout several acts in each world.
You know what they should have did?
Made a better game.
Well, besides
it's okay on its own. I won't say it's a bad game. I just don't get the love.
I was gonna say they should have put Bubsy in the game. Like we did.
I mean, you can do that with Forces if you have the right mods.
Even without mods, remember we did it.
Yeah, but with mods, you can get his iconic exclamation mark T-shirt. All right, final blow dealt. Time to watch the emotional finale.
I mean, all well that ends well.
I can't take this music seriously because I'm so used to hearing it in shitpost videos made in this game's engine.
Whoopa.
Only time apart from Cheese and Chocola that we see Chow appearing outside the Chow Garden.
Also, Pokemon stole Whoopa from Sonic.
Again, this time for the better.
Yeah! Supersonic must have neutralized it, so it's nice again.
Oh, well, that ends
well.
These
Sure, let's go with that, Tails.
Protecting.
What really happened is that you rammed into his brain so many times that you gave him permanent brain damage.
generations and now live peacefully with humans.
Sure, let's go with that.
I mean, given that one of the Chow Gardens is just in the hotel basement, I would agree.
Here's the thing.
Life goes on.
Humans are just
Dumb.
not just dumb.
Okay, but
not
wasn't
just
the
dumb.
I have to point this out about Takal's speech there. It wasn't the humans that harmed the Chow in the past, it was the echidnas.
Yep.
So the humans were never the problem.
I would argue that the humans became the problem, but that's a different story.
Well, we barely see humans in Sonic to begin with, apart from Eggman, so... Oh,
I mean,
yeah, by the way, I have to say this every time I see this. I have to go now. My planet needs me. It's the same kind of thing as Poochie being taken to his home planet.
Yep.
Oh boy, here comes the line.
I'm ready.
All's well that ends well, right?
Tails, the city's in ruins. People have died.
Sonic?
I had the timing for it. I know, honestly, I should have just went over here and on Waste Mod and did it. It would have been a lot more.
No.
The last thing we hear before the credits. No. Also, this specific recording of Sonic and of Open Your Heart is hard to find on official soundtrack releases.
It is.
Because the one that shows up on the official soundtrack on streaming services and iTunes doesn't have the "oh" at the beginning.
Yeah, even on Amazon Music, I can confirm that.
Here's the thing: it's on some previous soundtrack releases, but only ones that were released in Japan.
Yep. You watched that video where they talked about every release of this, didn't you?
No, I just heard every release of this.
Oh, yeah, same here. And then I confirmed it with this video that played, talked about every version of this song. And then there's like one or two I never heard, which was a Japanese one with the Japanese singers.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the only one I ever heard.
I love that the URL for whatever you just clipped at that finale says "feels bad, man."
Filthy armadillo.
Placid, filthy armadillo feels bad, man.
That sentence.
I love the Twitch clip URLs. The generation version of Open Your Heart is better. I find it to be on equal footing. Like, I can't pick my favorite version of Open Your Heart. It's like picking your favorite puppy.
Yeah, I agree with you. Crazy. Tricks make me sick. I'm sorry, I just love this song so much. How much longer?
We all know you have a favorite puppy, Arikado. Well, obviously I have to default to Olive for right now because she's the only puppy I have that's still alive. But, like, I can't put any of the dogs that I've had throughout my life in a tier list. I love them all equally.
Yes.
Yes. I would love to learn to play the bass line for this song.
I would love to learn how to play the guitar line for this song. They're all in S tier, exactly.
Like, I feel like the bass line would just be real fun to be playing on stage for this.
Like, maybe I would learn how to play the rhythm guitar line for this instead of the lead. because I'm not confident in my ability to shred or tap. Especially not tapping.
If I had someone teach me, I feel confident I could if I was taught.
I think this song also makes a little bit of use of pinch harmonics, and I'm really bad at those.
Ooh.
You know, Arikado, going back to what you said about Love and Dog equally, you know, as much as I love Widget, you know, she is a little fucking brat. I think, you know, honestly, I'm gonna say that one thing that you've got that Olive has over Widget is that she's more well behaved.
Barely. Yes. Barely. You gotta keep in mind, there's also a big age difference between Olive and Widget.
That's true.
Like, Widget's only, like, what, 2 years old?
Yeah, 2 going on 3 very soon.
Okay, imagine an adventure remake with the Prime cast except Knuckles because his voice sucks. I mean, that'd be cool. It would be nice. I would say definitely to replace Knuckles, though, because not only because, you know, the voice of regular Knuckles from Prime isn't very good, but also because they couldn't decide on a consistent voice for Knuckles because it's like main universe Knuckles has one voice actor, and then every other alternate universe version of Knuckles has a different voice actor. Why?
Sonic Prime is garbage.
Sonic Prime is bad.
You know what could have been fun for if they wanted to do that? Get all the older voice actors. That would have been fun.
They can't. A lot of them are dead.
The ones that are alive, obviously.
They couldn't get back Long John Baldry, and that means that it would have been pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Station Square.
Also, it's weird that we have an entire council of alternate versions of Eggman, but only one of them has Eggman's voice actor.
Yeah. I like every single one of them is just a different aspect of his personality.
It's not even that they're a different aspect of his personality. That would be interesting. It's they're not an aspect of his personality. It's what if Eggman was a millennial? What if Eggman was a Zoomer? What if Eggman was an old man? What if Eggman was a baby?
Right, and that's the thing. That's how it was advertised. They were like, "Oh yeah, it's supposed to be different aspects of Eggman's personality." I'm like, "No, it's."
What if Eggman had a toupee?
Yeah.
What if Eggman was an actual egg?
And none of them, no matter how hard they try, will be as iconic as Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
Can we talk about Eggman's stance on the egg carrier that is so fucking badass?
Like CG, the CG for this opening FMV is like really good for the era.
Yes. Even now it holds up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, I actually like Perfect Chaos in this in the opening cutscene rather than.
Well, yeah, because it's different models.
Pre-rendered.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I like this better because of how crisp and more detailed it is.
Well, yeah. Like, the thing you gotta understand about the Dreamcast is that it was advertised as though it were like the world's first 128-bit console, when it was really barely more powerful than a PS1 and an N64.
Yeah.
Like, they advertised it as 128-bit the same way that Atari advertised the Jag. The same way that Atari advertised the Jaguar as 64-bit. It was by taking the different processors and adding up the amount of bits each one had.
Ain't that a bit?
Like, the Jaguar, the reason the Jaguar was advertised as 64-bit, but it doesn't look like a 64-bit console, is because it has two 32-bit processors, and they decided to do so. That's why their slogan was "Do the math."
You say.
Which also, nobody said there'd be math. But yeah, I'm rambling.
Yeah, you're rambling. I'm complaining.
Hurry, Tails! Take Amy and
So I'm
I'm staring
feeling
into
that
space.
that is as good a time
find
as
that
any.
Eggman and put him out of commission.
Back over to the chatting screen. All right. Yeah, tonight's been really fun. A bit more chaotic than the chill stream I was originally anticipating.
So basically, controlled chaos. Chaos control.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be getting to that soon enough. But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna see who's on the docket for potential raids tonight. Ooh, we're definitely going to raid Orange is Borange, who's playing Jack and Daxter.
Ooh, nice.
The Precursor Legacy, right?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
All right, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you to my two co-hosts for the short notice joining, as I always say, because I don't plan these ahead of time. I'll see you guys in the next one, and until then, unpleasant dreams.
And open your heart.
Well, we're the boys of chorus. We hope you know. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
It's a purple. I don't know why it says a purple.
Yeah.